Yeah, welcome back to another episode of the Format Podcast Live, Saturday night edition. Yes. As you can see, it's myself and of course my main man G. What's good, G?
What's going on, Bruce?
Maintaining, bro, maintaining. So looks like it's gonna be the two of us kicking it with you tonight, which is that's what's up. That's my original tag team partner, so we're gonna make that happen. Looks like just one in the chat right now, so we'll wait a couple minutes to get that going, and then we got some interesting quick hits topics, so we'll touch bases on that, and then as you can see, we got some good stuff lined up for the main topics. Obviously, we're going to talk about Tua, one of the biggest topics in sports right now. Devontae Adams and a ridiculous statement he made, Trae Young and an even more ridiculous statement he made. Man, somebody got to stop these young cats, man. Take the mic away from these dudes or something. And of course, we'll finish it up talking about something I thought was really interesting, Robert Kraft and his quest to get into the Hall of Fame as a contributor, being the owner of the New England Patriots. So we'll get to all that. G, what's good, man? You ready for these fights tonight later?
Yeah.
You watching the boxing or the UFC?
Boxing. Definitely boxing. Yeah.
I'm the same way. I can't really do the UFC that much. Like, it's cool, but I don't like it. To me, like all that ground grappling and all that, that's not interesting to me. I'm not trying to see that.
Yeah. I mean, I watched the highlights of it, right? Like the knockouts.
Right.
But it's a lot of them, man, and I haven't been following. I mean, I know some of the big names, but I haven't been really following it to say that I'm actually like a fan. I got a relative who used to fight in Shogun fights, and so I was really into it. Then he retired.
Okay.
Father Time, he's a submission master.
Oh yeah, choking people out, arm locking, and all that.
They train the way they train to fight, bro. Is like insane, man. Like I would definitely say I ain't gonna say they train more than a boxer, right? But you think about it, like you have to, right? Like
I agree.
Because it's it's full contact, foot, everything.
And so many different disciplines you got to try to to be sound at. Yeah, you got to do wrestling and boxing and martial arts, striking and all this different stuff. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. That's why it's mixed martial arts, right?
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I get that, and I agree with you in terms of just watching the highlights. Everybody likes to see knockouts and all that, so that's going to be what it's going to be.
I chalk it up to the microwave society that we live in, right? We want everything right now, right?
And I think though, when it comes to combat sports, everybody loves knockouts, right? Or even in football, right? We always used to love the big hits. I mean, until they started, taking away that and taking away the marketing. Like us as Ravens fans, we got to see a lot of big hits for a very long time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, every Sunday.
Yeah. Remember they had that segment on I don't know if it was on Monday Night Countdown. I think it was Jacked Up, where they show all the big hits. And be like, he got jacked up.
Hey, he took that off quick, didn't he?
Yeah. All of a sudden, when CTE and concussions and all that started really becoming an issue, and the NFL lost all that money on that lawsuit, and then also they're thinking about we got to take into account the fact that a lot of suburban mothers stopped allowing their sons to play football, because of the concern over injuries and all that. So they was like, we can't glamorize the violence of the game anymore, which realistically is what people want to see. But I get both sides of it. Definitely get both sides of it. So we got a couple in here, man. We can go ahead and get it started. But as I said, we got some interesting topics here for you tonight, as well as we got some interesting quick hits. But before we go ahead and get started actually talking about these things, you know what time it is. If you're here on YouTube and you haven't already, please make sure you go ahead, click that like, that subscribe, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept up to date whenever we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio-only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in The Format Podcast, and we should come right up. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you give us that like, that 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. And finally, make sure you write it down, put it in your phone, set an alarm, do whatever you got to do to remember. Saturday nights at 7 p.m. we are live here on the Format Podcast, and we'll give you the opportunity to call in, talk to us, get at me. I love it. I can't. So, G, before we get started, as we were talking about MMA and all that, you know what it made me think back to? It made me think back to when we was doing combatives in basic training. You remember that day?
Yeah.
So check this out, y'all. So for those of you who don't know, combatives is like the hand-to-hand training that you get in the Army, right? So G and I, we were in basic training together. That's how we know each other. That's my battle buddy from way back. So it was probably myself, G, this cat E, and another cat named Big Diesel were probably the 4 biggest guys in the platoon, right? Nobody would ever really mistake me for a small or frail dude, right? But somehow we're doing these combatives training, and I get matched up with Big Diesel. Now, let me tell you about Big Diesel. There's a reason we called him that. Big Diesel, before he joined the Army, played defensive end at Michigan State, right? So Big Diesel was a very large and a very quick man, right? So I get matched up with Big Diesel, and I'm like, I don't even know, how I'm even going to go about this combatives match. And, drill sergeant is like, go. Before I realize, I don't even know how, he had me in the rear naked choke. I almost passed out. I tapped out so fast. It was crazy. You were there for that, right? You saw that, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but I don't remember it, bro. I don't remember your L's, dog. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
We don't even speak on them things, But yeah, it was like one of those things where, everybody had their day.
Yeah, man. It just happened so fast. I was like, So anyway, I just thought about that, at random when we were talking about the MMA and all that stuff, man. But yeah, basic training, good times. But let's go ahead and get to it, y'all. If you're here and if you're here in the chat, first of all, I appreciate you. I appreciate you for being here. But you know what to do, man. Make sure you go to YouTube and hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that share button. The share button's powerful, man. I know y'all know other sports fans who love hearing this sports talk. So just go ahead, hit the share button, and that way you can get more people on this thing. All right. And, also helps the algorithm and all that. So let's do that.
Ladies first. We're going to talk about ladies first, right? So Aja Wilson, I think she just won MVP, right? She won MVP.
She didn't win it yet, but she just said it's a problem. I think she's averaging like 27 and 12 on the season. Monster.
Yeah, that's hers, man.
Yeah. I don't think there's any question about it. She's hands down the best player in the world. Like, she's that good. Yeah. Like, if you watch, and it's the crazy part, right? So if you watch WNBA, not saying like you specifically, you in general, but if you watch WNBA, a lot of the shooting percentages are lower than the NBA, right? Because obviously, you're not going to have the dunks and whatnot to boost the shooting percentage. Aja Wilson is deadly from the mid-range. She's shooting 52% on the year. Like, that's damn near unheard of in the WNBA. She is doing her thing. So a lot of love for that. She's getting busy. Love to say it. Opinion stated. What's good? Good to see you. I think you knew. I have never seen you here before, so you know what to do. Go ahead, click that like and subscribe. I appreciate you. And click that share while you're here. The share is big. Hit the share. But Aja Wilson she's doing her damn thing, isn't she, G? Man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just watching her play is impressive. Like, the way she put it on the floor, and she's a lefty, so I love that. She put it on the floor, go both ways, spin off you. She got the up and unders on the block, pull up in the mid-range, that 1-2 dribble pull up. Game is complete. And she defends. She blocks more than 2 shots a game, 12 rebounds. Like, it's not really any weakness. She's nice like that.
Yeah, I like it. And she talked big shit. Like, I remember what is it, when Caitlin and Angel came in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she just was like, hey, y'all better be ready. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then I think it was one situation where it's a little more Hollywood, but I think Usher was around and she was like, these, what, ain't do nothing yet, but yet they want to be all in Usher face. I was just dying laughing, man. I was like, yo, she talking straight to the cash cows, like, y'all better be ready. But man, just solid all around player, with soft touch around the glass. Of course, all their touches are soft, but you know what I mean, like, just
no doubt.
Yeah. Yeah.
I bet she beat Bam 1-on-1.
Yeah.
I've never been a Bam fan. I can't understand what the big deal is with that dude, but I guess that's just me, you know.
I'm a Bam fan, man. I think he plays defense. He dunk on you. You know what I'm saying? We seen him in an Olympic play. He kind of, you know, he kind of played really hard. I like Bam, bro. Like I like his style of play. He try to bring the ball up the court as well. But you know, when he get matched up with more skilled centers, you see him kind of get exposed on a block. So, yeah.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. It's good to see. I mean, look, man, I love competition, man. You know that. That's my big thing. I love competition. I don't like to see people ducking it. You're in sports. That's what sports is about, competition, whether it's a team game or an individual game, man. Just get out there and do it. Compete, man. Bam is limited, but I like his intensity. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Opinion stated. I feel you. All right, let's go ahead and all right, so first quick hit, let's do it. Joe Burrow. This was interesting, right? Because I think this kind of started off like last week with what's his name? James Jones. He's a former Green Bay Packer and Raider, I believe, and FS1 analyst, right? He's on the show, the facility with Emmanuel Acho and Shady McCoy. And he knows what he's talking about. He gives some really good football commentary. And he basically came out and said that Joe Burrow was overrated, right? And, you know, I was like, whoa, what's that about? Did you hear that? You muted. You muted, G.
Yeah, my joint freezing. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay. You good. I can hear you.
Yeah, what you say?
No, I was saying that it came out, James Jones on the facility on Fox Sports 1, like last week, he came out with some statements basically saying like Joe Burrow is overrated. And I think a lot of it comes down to, you know, him being injury prone and then him not starting the season well in the 2 seasons that he was healthy, and that he can't continue to live off of, you know, 2 years ago going to the AFC title game and 3 years ago going to the Super Bowl. And to some extent, I kind of get that. But I'm like, nah, Joe Burrow not overrated. That dude is legit. Before I get your thoughts on that first quick hit, let's hear what former NFL defensive lineman Chris Canty had to say on what is this? Unsportsmanlike. He was on Unsportsmanlike and he was discussing this, and here was his commentary on the matter.
If you're still on the Joe Burrow is an elite quarterback train, God bless you. It's all on you. Cool. You can do that. But if you're saying that he's elite, just understand it's not based on anything that we've seen recently. Since the start of 2023, Joe Burrow is 5-6 as a starter, 52.7 QBR, 224 yards passing per game, 15 total touchdowns, and 7 total turnovers. Now, y'all tell me, is that elite? Now, I get it. He's been dealing with a calf injury. Now he's recovering from surgery on a ligament in his wrist on his throwing arm. But here's the thing. This has to be a part of the conversation around Joe Burrow, the health concerns. It just has to be. He's been in the NFL for 4 full seasons and had 2 of those years end with him landing on IR. It's an uncomfortable fact pattern. And when we start looking at Joe Burrow's game, this is not a guy that's going to wow you with the physical attributes, right? When it comes to the NFL measurables, this is not somebody that's going to jump off the chart. Joe Burrow's superpower is being able to throw with accuracy, anticipation, his understanding of the game, his football acumen, and above all else, his poise. So anytime you have anything going on with him physically, like it's going to affect him disproportionate to some of the other quarterbacks that have those physical gifts. Quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes and like Josh Allen, who have absolute howitzers attached to their shoulders. It's going to look different for Joey B. And we saw that in week 1 against the New England Patriots. The Cincinnati Bengals were the biggest favorite in week 1 at home. I think it was the line landed on 8.5 point favorite against the New England Patriots, the team that people thought would have the number 1 overall pick in the 2025 NFL draft. And they got smoked. Now, when we start looking at Joe Burrow, yeah, he didn't push the ball down the field. The Cincinnati Bengals, since Joe Burrow has got there, they have been a big play outfit. It's been about explosive plays down the field in the passing game. Last week, Smalls, the Cincinnati Bengals only had 1 explosive play. They only had 1 play that went for 20 yards or more, and that was a throw over the middle to Jamar Chase. That's it. They were one of 4 teams in the NFL that only had 1 explosive play last week. That is not like Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. When they were going to back-to-back conference championship games during that 2-year stretch, the Bengals were top 5 in explosive passing plays. So y'all can tell me that I'm out of my mind and Joe Burrow is still elite. And I will say this, I will concede this. When Joe Burrow is healthy, he is elite. When the last time Joe Burrow been healthy?
So yeah, right. He said a lot of good stuff, and I think a lot of it was true. That's the thing. Like Joe Burrow last week was 21 for 29 for 164 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. 21 for 164. That's dinking and dunking. Am I right?
Yeah, it's pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. So I get what he's saying to an extent, but we also know for whatever reason, Joe Burrow and Cincinnati tend to start off seasons slowly, which is strange, right? In the NFL, we always hear all those stats every year about like if you start off 0-2 or 0-3, you have this tiny percentage of chance of making the playoffs and all of that. But Cincinnati always starts off slow and then they get it rolling, and we know how dangerous they are once they do get it rolling. What's your thoughts on people saying that Joe Burrow is overrated?
Yeah, first of all, like I just hats off to him for giving us those nuggets, right? Those
Right,
gems,
right.
because he's actually landed the playing field for a lot of the quarterbacks, right? You look at Joe Burrow, and you instantly think, you know, hey, this guy got the stuff. He's smoking
Mhm,
cigars, right? But the injuries has really been hampering him. I don't think he's 100% right now. I don't know for certain, but I mean, that wasn't his throwing hand that was injured. That was his. It was the other hand. And I remember the game where he went out against the Ravens. And so, not to bring up Lamar, but it seems as if he's measuring all these quarterbacks to the same standard. Like you have to be healthy in one of the most violent games that we know of in
mhm.
football, right? And so when it comes to him being an elite quarterback, we definitely have to look at this and examine it and see how he does. As the season goes on. I don't have no stock in Joe Burrow.
Mm,
When my team suit up against him,
mhm.
I'm looking for. I want to see the best version of Joe Burrow because
Yeah.
that means that's going to elevate my team's defense, and
Mhm, mhm,
he has one of the best receiving cores that you can have
mhm.
at that quarterback position. And
Well, he
so,
lost T. Higgins. He lost what's my man, Joe Mixon. So I get what you're saying, though. Like he
yeah,
has
I mean,
throughout
it's
his career
still
had a lot of weapons. I get it.
yes, yeah. So is it going to be a little harder for him this year? I don't know. Like he went out with a season-ending injury last year, and
Mhm.
we haven't seen him. We haven't seen. He was playing the same way, with the injury. And then I guess somebody else he got hit last year, and that caused them. They just shut him down. And so it's going to be
He,
interesting, like I
I
said,
think
to
he tore
see.
ligaments in his wrist last year. I think that's what happened. Like he was
Ye-
throwing on a follow through and he came down on a helmet or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And so I mean, we just gotta wait and see if he's fully
Mhm.
healed from that, right?
Right.
The hand is for quarterback is gold, man. Like,
Of course. Of
yeah,
course.
yeah, let's go. And
Yeah.
that their running game isn't where they want it to be, right?
Hmm.
I don't think he has a running game that's allow him to run the ball 30, 40 times a year a
Hmm.
game. So they are dependent on him throwing it. So we'll see if he's a lead or not. If not, then he could
Right.
be a
Right. I
bust.
understand.
He
Nah,
could easily be a bust, bro. Like,
I don't think we can say he's a bust. I think we can say that he peaked early and that injuries got the best of him. I don't think we can ever say he's a bust. He went to a Super Bowl, went to an AFC title game. I think he's the only active quarterback with a winning record against Patrick Mahomes. Like,
is
you
that
know,
the
I,
measuring stick? Is Patrick Mahomes a
I
measuring
think
stick?
Patrick Mahomes currently is a measuring stick. Yeah. I mean, he's en route to possibly a three-peat, which has never been done before. And I think it's fair to say he's the best quarterback in the game right now.
Yeah, I agree with you. I can't argue that. Same
Yeah.
AFC, AFC, that conference in itself, nothing but
Yeah, man.
juggernaut quarterbacks in it, and so
Absolutely.
you have to be able to play at a high level every game. So
Hmm. Hmm. All right. Next up tonight, quick hit. Sorry, tonight in Vegas, got the big Canelo Alvarez Edgar Berlanga fight. I think that's huge. Puerto Rico versus Mexico, Mexican Independence Day weekend. So that used to be Floyd Mayweather's territory, and now obviously Canelo being who most people regard as the face of boxing. You might argue Tank, and that's fair. But either it's either going to be Canelo or Tank. But regardless, Canelo is kind of taking over this. Cinco de Mayo and Mexican Independence Day weekend, big fights. And so we get a revival of the Mexico-Puerto Rico rivalry with Edgar Berlanga. Was he 22-0 with 20 knockouts, first 16 fights, first round knockouts. So he's got some power, but he is taking a huge step up in class, right? Canelo, I'm not a huge fan of his for the way he kind of not because he's not skilled, not because he's not tough, but I'm not a huge fan of his, more so based on the way he manipulates his fight schedule in terms of who he will fight and when he will fight them. I'm not a big proponent of that, but Floyd Mayweather Jr., business decisions, right? He made that popular, making these moves with that in mind. And I get it. Guys gotta oh, look who's here. I get it that guys have to take their business into account. What's up, Transformer? Good to see you, bro. But again, like I always say, when you're in a warrior sport or a gladiator sport, I don't like when guys duck smoke, as they like to say. I'm not a big fan of that. But regardless, looking forward to that fight. But I'll just say this about it real quick. Berlanga, I think I heard him on the Stephen A. Smith podcast yesterday, and he said that it's his plan that he should be able to knock out Canelo in the 6th round. And I'm like, Berlanga, you got power, and I'm glad you believe in yourself. But Triple G couldn't knock out Canelo. Nobody he has fought has been able to knock him out or even knock him down. So if Berlanga was able to pull that off, hey, congrats. But you also got to be super careful going in. You can't necessarily get into a firefight with Canelo because he's an outstanding counterpuncher. But we'll see what he does tonight. Your thoughts on that, G, and then we'll get over to Transformer.
Super middleweight, right? That's the weight.
Yeah, they're fighting at 168. Yup.
Yeah. And yesterday, got a chance to see him at weigh-in.
Okay.
He looked like he looked drained, bro. He looked like
you think
he
so?
wasn't. Yeah, man. His eyes sunk in. Like he looked like, I don't know, 24 hours from a fight, man. Like you would think they would be, a little bit more ready to go. But he just looked like he was just dehydrated, probably from trying to make weight and such. And so it'll be interesting.
Rehydrate and get something to eat and all that stuff. You might see him 15 pounds up from yesterday, right? So
yeah, but that's a juggernaut in Canelo, man. Like
it is.
He has like as many knockouts, double the amount of knockouts, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So
it's like what is it? Canelo is 60 something and 2. And he's got like 40 something knockouts.
Yeah, he's 27.
And that's the difference. He's extremely experienced. That's the word I was looking for. 61, 2-2 with 39 knockouts. So he's not a knockout artist, but if you leave it out there, he could put you down. Just ask Amir Khan, right? Yeah. He did beat Cotto, didn't he? Oh, yeah, he did. I forgot about that. He knocked out Sergey Kovalev, but again, he fought an old Sergey Kovalev, so I don't really respect that. But he literally broke Billy Joe Saunders' face. So, I mean, he's got skills. Transformer, what you got tonight? What do you think about we're doing quick hits, man. What do you think about Canelo and Berlanga?
Oh, it's not the fight that we wanted, man. We wanted Benavidez.
Well, we know
we
that.
wanted Benavidez, man. So
we know that.
I think I mentioned this before. I don't think Berlanga. He's not experienced enough. Canelo is a very, very experienced fighter.
Yeah.
He's fought
super savvy.
Like I'm super savvy, very defensive, very, very counter punch savvy.
Yep.
If you look at Berlanga's fights, he doesn't set himself up for defense after he throws wild haymakers.
Right.
And I think that's just gonna get him in trouble. Him announcing that I think he said he's gonna predicted to knock him out.
In the 6th.
In the 6th round. So I'm like, bro, you'll be lucky enough if you make it to the 4th by the way you swing. Because Canelo would literally.
He says he's prepared to box, to counterpunch, to fight a firefight if he needs to. So
everybody got a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Absolutely, everybody says that, right? A lot of guys said that about Tank when they got in the ring with him, and we saw they ended up, with a nice pillow in the corner. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I totally get it.
So. I mean, me looking at, like I said, he's a very, very young fighter, but it's the lack of experience. It's the lack of experience when they're going against a guy Canelo, who's literally just sitting there waiting for you to make a mistake. And I think if you look at the last 2 or 3 Berlanga fights, he makes plenty of mistakes. He goes for the kill a lot. Like when he thinks he has a rhythm, he's going for the kill. He's not really defending himself after he launches, like I said, wild haymakers. And I think that's what Canelo's just going to pick him apart. He's going to pick him apart in that regard.
I can only assume that he knows that. And from what he has said, like I was telling G before you got on, he was on Stephen A. Smith podcast yesterday, and Stephen A. interviewed him. And so he says he's prepared to counterpunch and do all that. I can't imagine. Like he gave Canelo his respect, but he says he doesn't fear him and he plans to make history. But he's like, the guy's legendary. The guy's an elite counterpuncher, so you can't just go in there crazy. So he knows that. But at the same time, like, it's one thing to know it, but then muscle memory take over when you're in that situation too. So I get that as well.
Yeah, it's a dog fight, man. I mean, we all hoping for a good fight. We, I think the odds are for Canelo to win, of course.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think he's a heavy favorite.
Yeah, he's a heavy favorite. Yes.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I think as long as Berlanga puts up a competitive fight and doesn't just get blown away, if he puts up a competitive fight, then it's not going to hurt him in the long term in terms of, okay, you took an L, but you dared to be great. You stepped up and fought the guy who is, not arguably, but a top 3 boxer in the game right now, right? However you want to rank him, Canelo and Tank, right? Whether you say Tank's number 1 or Canelo's number, however you want to rank him, but Canelo's a top 3 guy in the game. So maybe Canelo, Usyk, and Tank is probably the top 3, however you want to line those up.
Yeah, I like it. It's gutsy. I like it. It's gutsy.
Yeah.
If I'm a Berlanga fan, oh yeah. And he want all the smoke. I mean, you want that. He undefeated, correct?
Yeah, undefeated.
Yeah, I think he's undefeated.
22-0 with 20 knockouts. Yup.
So that's hot. And listen, let's say for instance he sleep Canelo tonight. We're gonna be talking about this man.
Wouldn't that be
crazy? He'll be talking about for centuries. That'll be up there with Bug Douglas.
Exactly.
He's not a duck though. He's not a duck. 27 knockouts. That's not a duck.
The heavy as far as the favoritism, nobody's expecting him to do anything. Nobody's expecting Buster Douglas to do anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh man, it's Tyson. It's gonna be easy work. Canelo, we think it's gonna be easy work. If he knocks out Canelo, oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
No
doubt.
We
talked about for a long time.
Far-fetched, different upper echelon boxer, right? Like I don't think he's ready for it.
No,
and I don't know if his team can prepare him for something like.
Canelo. I think Canelo has seen himself in this same situation. Canelo fought Floyd at a very, very young age.
Yes, and that's the analogy.
And Floyd Mayweather picked him apart. It was like, look here, young fella, you may be undefeated, but let me show you how to box real quick. This ain't about who can throw the hardest punch or the best uppercut, the cleanest haymaker, or nothing like that. It's all about technicality when it comes to me. And I think Canelo still has that fight in the back of his mind, like, damn, young gunner, up and comer. I was that same guy trying to fight one of the greatest boxers to ever, box in his game, and I got cooked. It's like he was just picking me apart. So
he said this is a whole nother level that you're not ready for, young fella.
Yeah, so I think he has that in his mind. He don't want to be on that other side of that card, man.
No, he doesn't.
It should have been a $20 pay-per-view fight.
Is it?
No, it's not. It should have been.
I was like, what?
What guy? What's his name? Ali the Turk.
Yeah, Turkey Al-Sheikh.
Yeah, him. He was like, oh yeah, we need to drop some of these fights down to $20. You know what I'm saying?
You know what though? For some of these lesser fights, if you charge $20, way more people going to order them instead of these $89, $99, price tags you're putting on these pay-per-views. Now, don't get me wrong. I want these fighters to get paid. Boxing is an extremely demanding and dangerous sport. Totally get it. But these prices are, man.
But I think, like you said, the sales will increase if you were to drop it. You'll get a lot of people like, okay, man, maybe I don't have to try to go find somewhere to watch it or stream it or whatever the case may be. Like $20, man, I spend that on 2 drinks.
Right.
2 drinks in, I got to fight. But $99, nah. That's
next slide.
I got you. No doubt.
All right, highlights later.
Speaking of next slide, the final quick hit. G, this was your suggestion, so I'm gonna let you run with it, man. Shannon Sharp.
All right, the whole Shannon Sharp debacle, right, of him allegedly leaking his own audio on live of him, cutting up with, we believe is a woman, right? Yeah. But I mentioned, so he had a roast as well, right? I don't know if you guys
I heard it.
Oh, Lavelle, not Lavelle.
Yeah, it was a bunch of different people.
Crawford, yeah.
That
was funny.
It was also on It Is What It Is. Cam and Mace kind of chimed in, and they were saying
going to act a fool about it.
Yeah, that the audio was too clear, right? It was like if it was like he's like, oh yeah, I ain't go viral in a long time, right? Like, let me just go viral really quick and sell these dick pills. And so,
because he's been promoting the hell out of him.
Hasn't he though?
Yes. So he starts the show. There's a commercial
Yeah.
Bro, that man got him in his hand.
He got a commercial. He shows him. He got a read that he does. Yeah, he's pushing that heavy.
Yo, he's pushing it.
Stephen A. came to his defense and said,
Yeah,
hey, look, on the Stephen A. show, hey, listen, like this guy don't know nothing about social media.
Right.
There's no way, what I'm saying, he would have leaked it on purpose. His job is safe. But then everyone else is like, have you guys ever went live before? And like the amount of work that's involved with going live,
clicks. That's what I was
like, man. Like
he said, he just came in the room and threw his phone on the bed and then went live. I'm like, come on, bro, come on. That's not even. That sounds mad phony because it's a lot of clicks to do. It's a lot of clicks to freaking to go live on Instagram. We all got IG, man. Cass, what's up? What's up? Good to see you in here.
But I think like G was saying, man. I mean, I think you mentioned Stephen A. said it. Like I've been following Shannon Sharp for years, like for a very, very long time. I've never seen him go live on IG. Like he literally hasn't shown me that he knows how to work social media, other than Twitter. And that's just you're able to tweet, say something, and get off of there. So I mean, like there's a backup to it. I think me personally, he doesn't want to throw Michelle under the bus. I think she probably did it. And I don't think he wants to mention like crazy work. She probably had something to do with it. Like she was probably in IG playing around with his phone, whatever, whoop the whoop, hit it, and you know what I'm saying. I thought it was weird. I think it was something a little bit more involved, man. Because like I said, let me go on IG real quick. Let me see how.
All right, while we doing that, y'all, just do me a favor, man. Y'all go ahead and give a shout out to my cousin Cass, about to get on the plane to London. Give her a shout out.
Go on, shout out. Shout out, Cass.
Shout out,
Cassie.
Shout out,
my
Cassie, man.
Yes.
Shout out, Cassie.
Yeah, be safe.
Big Cassie, where's she going?
She going to London. She lives in England.
London.
Yeah. She was over there visiting.
She left already?
Yeah. Well,
I'm gonna go get my bag real quick and meet her at the airport.
Man, you ain't meet my cousin no airport, man.
Man, with the flu, wait a minute. What
talking about, man?
Man, London, bro.
All right, man. All right. Stay
trying to get her bag.
Right?
Trying to have a good time.
Carry on.
All right. No doubt. We good. All right.
Just trying
she
to
said she'll be safe. She appreciate y'all. All right. So all right, before we get started on these main topics, Bruce, what's up, man? Stop with this Jalen Milroe thing. He is not going number one. That is absurd. Stop it. Man,
you look at that Alabama offense, man. It looks so elementary.
Yeah.
It's just that they're athletes, bro.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm looking at the game, I'm like, oh, that was just a basic pass.
Yeah.
The dude just outrunning. Everything is yak yard. Everything's yak.
You know what I mean? One more quick hit. We had a bunch of injuries, right? The first one, CMC, being placed on IR.
Yeah, I saw that.
4 weeks, and then they shut down Hollywood Brown for the Arizona Cardinals for the rest of the year.
For the shoulder,
I believe. Yep. And then no,
that's the Chiefs, bro. Chiefs.
Yes, the Chiefs. Sorry, the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Why am I thinking Arizona? I'm behind.
He was just there last year.
Yep. And then Jordan Love. And that's really big with him not being able to play this week. I'm not sure how many weeks he's gonna be down with that.
They're shooting for week 4. They said unlikely. They did announce he's not going to play week 2. Going to I think Indianapolis is week 2.
Facts,
week 3, right, they're a little shaky, but week 4 they're predicting that he'll come back. They're being a little bit more optimistic, giving a little bit more time to rest. From what I'm hearing, they said week 3 he would have been good, but they don't want to risk it. So they said week 4 looks like a good possibility that he'll be close to 85-90% to come back.
Bruce, you can't. My bad. Bruce, you can't compare Lamar and freaking Jalen Milroe. That's not even close, man. Lamar is one of one. You can't make that analogy to every uber athletic black quarterback in college. That's not going to make it, man. That's not going to make it. Now, does he have the ability to get better? Yes. Is he with a very good offensive coach who can
absolutely
him up? Absolutely. Kalen DeBoer is that dude, but man, chill with the Jalen Milroe. I think you're over the top with that. Nah, everybody's not going to be Lamar, bro. All right. Okay.
That five per rush though, 2 touchdowns on the ground, 3 in the air. That's pretty badass. I don't know who they played.
They played Wisconsin. But that's not the same Wisconsin though. I don't know what Luke Fickell did, man. They've been running a 4-3 for years and have one of the best defenses in the country, and he went over there, changed it to a 3-3-5, and I'm like, well, why did you change it? But he coaches what he coaches. But the thing is, see, this is where guys are stupid because they always want to come in and bring their own staff and all that. Without elite talent, Jim Leonard consistently had Wisconsin as a top 10 defense in the country every year. Yeah. If that was the case, you should try to keep Jim Leonard, right? You should have told the AD, like, hey, pay this guy more, keep him here. That's what you should have tried to do. But, they don't want to do it. But
I wanted him to come on over to Green Bay after they was doing all the coaching firing and stuff like that. Like, hey, man, hey, go to Green Bay, bro. We need a defensive coordinator.
Right.
Is legit.
Yeah, Bruce. No, you're right. It's not the same Purdue. You didn't hear me on here bragging about Purdue. I'm not doing that. I'll just say that Notre Dame did what you're supposed to do when you face an outmatched opponent. They did that. They should have done that last week. They didn't, but good bounce back win this week. And now the rest of the way, it's go 1-0 every week. But anyway, not even going to get into the Notre Dame piece. That was what
go
it was.
1-0.
Yeah, go 1-0 every week. Don't
don't worry about what the past.
Don't look way out. 1-0 every week. Lost. Just win that game and then move on to the next one. Make your incremental improvements each week while you're doing that. That should be the motto. That should be, the way you're going and what you should be trying to do. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on these main topics, fellas. Tua Tagovailoa, man. So, we all saw what happened the other night. Tua, there you go. I'm not sure what he was doing, why he decided he was going to lower his head to try to pick up the extra yardage. You're in a league where quarterbacks are protected more than ever before. You should have slid, but I guess, he was being a competitor. He was caught up in the moment. He was trying to help bring his team back, and he got another concussion after not having been injured at all of last year. The prior year, we saw he had 2 brutal concussions, and now the question starts to arise, like, should Tua step away from the game? He seems to be more prone to concussions than
playoff games.
Yo, that's dirty.
Oh wow, no, I get what you're saying. No, I was saying he seems to be more prone. Like, how some people are more injury prone. He's more prone to concussions. You know what I'm saying?
But that's his 4th concussion though. He only been concussed.
I think it's his third diagnosed.
Yeah, but remember the 2 that he had before were terrible. Remember, he was like seizing up on the field and throwing up signs and all that. He was actually throwing up signs, but it was making.
Yeah, he got up this time and did the first down. He did the first down motion. I don't know if you saw that, but he was pointing the other. Yeah, he was pointing the other direction. Yeah, he was pointing the other direction, but it was.
I gotta go back and look at the other play.
Go back and look at the whole play, man. Like 2 seconds. Yeah, it got up and
okay. Sabir Talib Al-Haq, salam alaikum, brother. Go ahead, click that like and subscribe for me. She lives in London because that's where she was born and that's where she grew up. So she lives in London. He's probably like, how does your cousin live in London? Long story. But anyway, no, I mean, that's where she was born. That's where she grew up. So, she's British. Anyway.
You got family in London?
I do. I got family everywhere, man. I got family in
South
Africa,
I'm
Egypt,
being funny.
China. I got family everywhere, bro.
That a lot.
What does that mean?
Nothing. I'll talk about it later.
Yeah, that was wild how you said that. He said that real cool.
I want to
try to slip that in. Huh? Pause.
Like, you might know this guy. Oh yeah, whoa, that's crazy.
All right, so so the Tua thing, man. Tua is in a bad way, and now people are concerned about whether or not Tua should call it a career. And there's a lot of different thoughts on that. A lot of times they talk about saving the athlete from themselves because, they have the competitive mentality. They want to get back out there. He just signed a new deal this past offseason. So what I heard and what I read was that if the doctors and the league tells him that advising him he can't play anymore, he can walk away with injury guarantees of $167 million. But I think if he doesn't, I think he gets what he earned so far this year and his signing bonus, which still tens of millions of dollars, right? A lot more than most of us will see in their lives, but he'd be leaving a lot on the table. And something tells me that he probably wouldn't walk away anyway. So what are you guys' thoughts first on the injury, how it happened, his concussion history, and what you think he should do?
So I look at the whole tour
What
situation.
else, Sports T? No, I didn't. My bad, G. Go ahead.
Yeah, I look at the whole tour thing, and we want to make these decisions for this man, but at the end of the day, that drive to play football, man, that itch to do the things that you do weekend
Yeah,
preparation,
man.
getting ready for the game, that's going to be his Achilles heel, and that might be the thing that like we may see him again, right? Let's say, for instance, the league shut him down for the rest of the year. He's still going to try to play and get that money because he's going to feel like he's better until he's not. I think somebody was telling me Ryan Clark had like 10 concussions.
Well, remember back in the day, dudes used to get concussions and they would hide it and stay in the game. Like Ryan Clark was saying that he would tell Troy Polamalu, like, hey, I got dinged up. Just tell me where to be and I'll be there. You know what I'm saying? Because he might not remember the play or exactly what he's supposed to do. But, that's how it was. Guys took it as a badge of honor.
So I say all that to say that, he'll probably still try to play. And there's nothing nobody can, do to stop him. That's a decision between him and his family. For me, money isn't everything, right? I think he's like he's too young to not be able to spend it or have to spend it on wheelchairs and shit. So if I was him, I'd definitely shut it down, take my money, and get a job on the sideline because it getting to the point now where if you see that hit, it wasn't really a nasty hit.
It wasn't.
It was
He ran into DeMar.
Right.
More than DeMar hit him. DeMar was just there.
At this point, he can't even take contact of no type. So he really should be playing with that bubble head. He should have a bubble head on, and hang it up. I mean, it's not like they go.
No. We're laughing. It's a serious thing.
No, I'm laughing at the bubble head, but I'm not laughing at the fact that that happened to him. Of course, it's part of the game.
So let me hit this comment that we have on the screen. Sports T says should have been a lawsuit. He clearly had a concussion when he got hit on the field. The way they let him keep going is criminal. So I disagree with that, Sports T, because they have independent doctors, neurologists, etc. So it's not like a team doctor that's saying, hey, you're good, get back out there, right? These are independent doctors that, can say whether or not the person can go. And at the end of the day, if they get medically cleared after, however long they're out, et cetera, and then it's up to them to decide if they're going to keep playing, right? At this point, it's not like the old days. Every player knows the physical dangers that they're facing getting onto the field. So if they choose to do that, man, I don't what can you do? You can't stop these guys from going and doing what it is they've trained their whole life to do and what they love to do. There's no lawsuit there. I definitely don't think so. But whatever. I mean, if it was me and I'm the NFL, I put waivers in every contract, making you acknowledge that you understand the dangers and you waive them and you waive liability. So that's what I say.
Williamson.
Oh no, I don't have the Colorado game on.
Are they playing right now?
Looks that way. I totally forgot. Tyler, what's good, my main man? Tua should end it the way Luke Kuechly did. His contract pays him, $167 million if he's medically retired. So, I agree, absolutely. But it's the fact of whether or not those doctors are gonna and the league is gonna medically retire him, right? Because I'm sure that Stephen Ross doesn't want to come out with a check for $167 million, right? So, I agree with you, Sports T. Players do need more protection because it is an extremely physical game. But, I mean, it is what it is. You can't stop grown men from doing what they're going to do.
Yeah, I think once a player signs off like, hey, look, I'm good, and you guys cleared me.
That's right.
I mean, what more can the NFL do? Like, they can't forcibly say, oh, no, we know you're not okay. Like, we don't know. Like, it's you. Yeah, I mean, you passed the protocol, right? There's a certain protocol that you have to pass, right? You cleared it. All right, man, he checked off all the boxes. This is the best medical staff. We're a $1 billion corporation. This is a medical staff that cleared him. If he says he's good to go, I got nothing. As a coach, I'm like, as a coach, I could possibly do something, but what am I to say? Like, oh, man, y'all cleared him. He said he's good. I mean, I'll look like the doofus for not putting you back out there, and I'm trying to win a football game. We only got 17 opportunities during the year to win these things. Yeah,
it's
not like we're the NBA where we got 82 games. You know what I mean? You could be out for a month, but we're still in the playoff hunt. No, you could be out for this game, and we could literally be looking at the wild card round, like hoping the other team loses just so we can win. But we'll look back at this game. Yeah, like I should have played to it, man. He was cleared, he was going to go, and we were hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, granted, that wasn't the situation. They were clearly losing this game, but you still fear for the kid's life, man. Like he wasn't able to take a normal hit. Like it wasn't nothing egregious about the tackle.
That's the crazy part. It wasn't dirty. It wasn't,
And the crazy thing about it, DeMar was just in the same situation 2 years ago. It was a normal tackle. It was just normal about it. And it's just one of those things where you're like, man, bro, I mean, you got to think, bro, you're not completely fit enough to take this game. You know what I mean? Like you have more concussions than you have playoff appearances, bro.
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
a bad thing, bro.
That's a terrible stat.
That's not a good look, bro. You got 3 like clear called concussions. You're 0-1 in the playoffs.
You know what?
You got your bag, bro.
I know a lawyer who used to work for the NFL. I'm gonna reach out to her tomorrow, and I'm gonna ask her if there's any like waivers in these contracts, because I can't imagine an entity as big as the NFL that makes that much money and has that much juice wouldn't put waivers in these deals to say, hey, you know the inherent risks of playing this game. We're no longer going to be liable if you decide that, you know, you want to be out there. Like, I know I would.
Yeah, they clearly don't know enough about CTE, you know, to kind of predict what's going to happen in the future. And so if he does decide to play, he probably should donate his body to science so they can study
afterwards.
Because right now it's a bonehead when we keep going forward with this.
Because remember, Ryan Clark, he had I can't remember what his issue was, but he almost died in Denver, and I think he lost his spleen and he lost a piece of his liver, I think, because he had issues like playing at the altitude or whatever, and it caused him serious mental problems. And they asked him on First Take, like, yo, would you, knowing what you know now and everything, would you go back and do it again? He was like, hell yeah. and
that's the
darn
drive,
near to a man, all these players say that. Now, some of them don't necessarily want their kids playing. I think Ephraim Salaam, he was 13, 14 years as an offensive lineman in the NFL. So, you know, he went through the wars. He said he don't allow his sons to play football. I mean, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, all these guys, when you ask them, would you do it again? They all say, yeah. So like you can't, the NFL should not be liable for that. I don't think so.
And I think even like when I think the last concussion he had was against us, Green Bay, last year. I want to say it was his last diagnosed concussion. I think he got it that game. I think that's a game Sports T is talking about where he had a concussion. They allowed him to come back, but then later, I think the next game or after that, it was like, this man was concussed. Like,
that was the one.
He was out there playing.
Yeah, the first one was when he got up and he started walking and fell down, right?
Yeah, that was the first one. The second one, he kind of like he got up and like you could tell he was kind of off. He went to the sideline, but he was able to come back. Like they said, he cleared the protocol. He didn't really show the signs of having concussion. But they were looking at the plays that were happening. They was like, damn, he made that decision. It was like that man was running out there concussed. I mean, he just didn't know. But I think like when you look at that, man, his family all like after that Green Bay concussion, they were asking him to stop. They told him to come on home.
I heard that too.
It was like, hey man, you're good, bro. Come on home. Right. You tried. It's all right, bro. You made it to a level that thousands of kids, thousands of high school students dream to do. You've done it. You've been there, but your body is telling you no. And I think this is one of those times, like you go back and you listen to your family again, and they're sitting down with that same conversation. Look, son, we love you, but for this game, we're not willing to lose you. You know what I mean? We don't want to lose you. You got some money. You got your money. Bow out. It's okay to bow out. We see that it's not you. Like your mentality is saying go, but your body is telling you no. It's you know what I mean. Listen to your body, man. Before because like you can play around with your knee, like oh man, I was just trying to. Force
that's something totally different. We're talking about your brain.
We're talking about your brain, bro. You can end up in a wheelchair or dead out there messing around with your brain, man. So I think he really needs to go back and just listen to your family, bro. Your family is not going to steer you in the wrong direction. You have the clause in your contract where you walking away with millions of dollars. So you're set, bro. You're set as far as monetary, but your will for the game just isn't worth it isn't worth your health, bro. It really isn't.
Right. No, I agree wholeheartedly.
I think if me and Tyler was talking a couple of days ago, and I was talking about, hey, do you think you would be able to rush for one NFL yard? Right.
Yeah.
Depends on who your O-line is.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I hate when people say that, bro.
So I mean, I'm just saying when you put that in
big bros, man.
Yeah, man.
Your bros are big, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
But 1 yard though, that's roughly 3 feet. 1 yard might be able to get that.
I mean, when you look at it like that, man, like this dude, he ran for what, like 7 yards, and then he
Uh-huh.
got wiped out. But I mean, it could have it could have been a lot worse. I think it could have been a lot worse for him than Mr. Was it Hamlin?
Damar Hamlin.
Yeah.
Which
Damar
coincidentally
Hamlin. It could have been a lot
he
worse.
made the tackle on the play. That's
my
crazy,
brother-in-law
right?
is his agent.
Okay.
Yeah, my brother-in-law. That's his agent.
So quick, Bruce, you said, man, we used to play full contact. I get that, right? Back in the day, no helmet, no pads. Yes, but that's not having to practice every day for hours, right? And that's not playing a game against other gigantic people, constantly crashing into them over and over again. Like that's a different situation. I get the point you're trying to make, but I think your example is way off because you're not facing near the constant repetitive collisions that these guys are. So yeah, not really.
And the full contact, you got to think, guys, the helmet actually makes it worse. If you actually play football, that clap when them helmets collide, it's the sound as well that can also give you the concussion.
Okay.
It may not be the impact. So if you actually you played in pads when them helmets and you like, oh man, that was a good hit. To them, that wasn't. Like, but bro, I played like when that helmet makes that clap noise, bro, you like.
So I think that's why they're trying to come up with all these different models of safer helmets, and they're working on all the padding, because what happens is, and like you said, you played, so when the collision happens and then you're shaking it, it's your brain rattling around in there. So what they're doing is trying to minimize your head shaking around to keep your brain from rattling around and banging your skull. So like really, they can't protect your brain, but they can protect your head and minimize all that shaking so that your brain shaking is minimized. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's tough. Tua's going to have to make that decision, because I'm sure at some point they will clear him because, well, you saw who the backup is. And let's be real here too. This is also a business. Yes, we all care about Tua as a person. We all seem to think he's a good person. We care about the fact that I think he's married. He has either one or, a couple of kids. So as a father, we all understand what that's about. But at the same time, from the flip side, it's a business as well, right? And the Dolphins are trying to win games, and they are trying to somehow get back to and win another Super Bowl. And clearly they can't get anywhere near that without Tua. Andrew Luck's situation wasn't via concussions. It was appreciate you, Julio. Make sure you like and subscribe and share, bro. Andrew Luck wasn't concussions. He had I think he had major ankle damage. Huh?
Oh, was it? I thought it was I'm thinking.
Yeah, he had major ankle damage. At one point, I think he ruptured his spleen or something like that. He had all type of internal injuries as well as like physical injuries, like breaking bones and things like that, and tearing ligaments. Andrew Luck had a ton of injuries, and he just couldn't get over all the rehab and getting back. So yeah, not quite the same thing as necessarily traumatic brain injuries like concussions and whatnot. I think that's a little different.
He had a concussion though. He had one concussion.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did. Andrew Luck, he thought he was tough. He's out here trying to run over linebackers. Like, by the way, when are quarterbacks going to stop doing that? They got to chill with all that. It's not quarterbacks.
Anthony Richardson, pay attention. Anthony Richardson, pay attention.
Facts.
Like, bro, because that man be trying to. I don't know what, like maybe it's a badge or something that you want to have. Like, yeah, I'm a quarterback, but I ain't no little quarterback. I ain't one of these little soft quarterbacks, bro. You're the most paid position in the game of football.
Correct.
You're actually the most safe position.
That's true. They have done everything they could do,
bro.
But when you get out of the pocket, like, what do you really expect? Just slide. Stop
trying to act like you a juggernaut, bro.
Facts.
You gotta
you're not Derrick Henry out here.
You not, bro. Like Derrick Henry can go sit on the sideline for a couple of plays, catch his breath, come back in, get iced up. Quarterback, you out there every possession on offense. That's your job. You have to be the one to have the mindset to make the decisions. I got to go up here and make it audible. My brain needs to be clear. So if I need to play this game longer, bro, stop taking the tackles, man. Slide.
I don't get it. Like we saw in game 1, Lamar tried to lower the shoulder on some. Like, what are you doing? Just get out of bounds, man.
Out of bounds, man.
Like, I understand you trying to win. I understand, you hyped up. This is a guy that you've had a lot of trouble with, but just get out of bounds. You do better for your team if you're healthy and you can play. But all right, y'all have anything else to add before we go ahead and open up the phone lines on this topic? definitely want to hear what people got to say about this Tua thing and what they think he should do, or what they think the organization or the NFL should or should not do. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. That's what I'm saying. If he gets cleared by an independent medical personnel and he decides to come back, they can't tell him you can't. I mean, guess theoretically they could cut him, but then they'd be on the hook for all that money with the salary cap. Like, it would be a monster salary cap hit. So 904-219-8264, 904-219-8264, and the number scrolling on the bottom. Go ahead, give us a call on the Format Podcast. We would love to hear from you about this Tua situation, kind of what you thought when you saw it happen. What do you think he should do going forward? What do you think the NFL and the Miami Dolphins should do? I can't wait to hear from you. Let's get it. Yeah, this is
it's unfortunate, bro. It
truly
is.
But again, like, to me personally, like, it sounds messed up, but I don't have a lot of sympathy for these dudes. They know what they're signing up for.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, they could have gone and done something else, right?
That's the game.
Like, yeah, like, look at it. We all put the uniform on, right? We knew when we put the uniform on that, God forbid, we could go into a situation where we don't come back home.
Exactly.
Right? We knew that, and we willingly put our names on that dotted line. It's
true. And I think that's more of a risk than going out there playing football. You know what I mean? Like, it's a game you love, man. It's a game you love.
It is, but
it's a game that you can
less
get hurt.
likely.
You know.
Tom Brady ain't coming back out, man. Although
he's trying to go by the Raiders, man.
I tell you what, though, with those weapons in Miami, I don't know. But no, I don't think he's coming back. I don't think he's coming out of retirement, man. I don't think so.
At the age, what, he 46 now? He about 45,
here we
46?
go. Looks like we got a call. This looks like a new one. I don't even know this number. Format Podcast. Who's this?
What up, Bruce? This is Opinion Stated.
What's going on, man?
Hey, man, really love the content.
I appreciate that.
You guys out. Wow. Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. But it's my first time catching y'all live, so I'm excited, man, just to hear your takes. I figure as long as we ain't talking the Lakers, I don't have to worry about Transformer going off, so we good.
Relax, G. Who's your team?
Yo,
who's your team? Let's start off with who's your team?
You know what? I'm embarrassed to say, man. So I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm an old school Jersey. I'm a grandfather in Brooklyn Nets fan, I guess.
Okay.
Jersey Nets fan from Derek Coleman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me interrupt you real quick.
Been to the finals since 2001.
DC was a problem, and it's a shame. It's a shame Petro died, because DC, Petro, and Kenny Anderson, that was going to be a nasty big three back then.
Truth,
yeah, man.
Oh, they was the truth.
Yeah.
They was the truth. Chris Morris wasn't no slouch either.
Nope, not at all. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, what was your thoughts on Tua, man?
So just on this Tua situation, man, it's a really sad situation. Obviously, like you say, man, everybody who plays, Tua was one of them ones, obviously, to get him to this point of playing in the NFL, which is dope. He's been able to live his dream on a higher level, which has brought him, the ability to be able to take care of his family, man, on a whole other level, moving forward. Health is wealth, man, so I don't know. I'm a little ignorant as far as the CBA goes in terms of, what this looks like for them to medically retire him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's probably the best option, because, when you think about it overall, you're talking about a life, you're talking about his health moving forward, but you're also talking about, the billion-dollar industry that is the NFL, the effect of what this will have on fans, man, to watch. Everybody knows how we felt about DeMar Hamlin just a season ago. We're a season removed from watching and experiencing that. So to know that Tua has this concussion, history, man, to see that brother go down the way he did the other night was like, yo, that's crazy. So to see him die on the field, bro, will be even worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
especially when we're getting all these signs. So I think that they should just medically retire the brother, let him ride off into the sunset, man. He should go ahead and enjoy his family, enjoy that he was one of them ones. Just leave it at that, bro.
I hear you. The only thing I'll say, at the risk of sounding was insincere, or I can't remember the word I'm looking for, but at the risk of sounding bad, the fact is that, excuse me, if they medically retire him, the Miami Dolphins are on the hook for $167 million. So they're not trying to do that.
That's what I meant. That's why I said I'm a little ignorant to how the CBA works in that regard. But I think that even still, man, financially it's worth it. You know what I mean? You got to think about, like, I know they take the hit and maybe they can't erase that, and so it keeps them at a cap level for a long time. But it's that, man, I'll have that man down on the field. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. And at the end of the day, even if he should walk away, right, or get medically, let's say he walks away, he decides, his family tells him, hey, I don't want you to play anymore, and he decides not to do that. He got a $42 million signing bonus off this new deal. That's his. He gets that regardless, right?
Well, yeah.
And so I mean, again, that's generational money right there. So if you're smart with that money,
away with about 20 million.
Yeah, you would do it. Well, no state income tax in Florida, and if you're not playing anymore, you don't have to pay the jock tax. So there's that.
True.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So he will end up keeping a decent chunk of that dough.
About 30,
you know what I'm saying? Maybe about 25,
sure.
30. Yeah. So
for sure.
So yeah, I would say that. You got anything else to add, Opinion?
That was it, man. I appreciate y'all. Keep up the good work, man. I stay tuned and I'm subscribed and all that, man. Love what y'all doing, man. Keep it up.
Hey, no doubt, man. I appreciate
you, brother.
Man. Thank you.
What's your name, man?
Share that with other people. Yeah. What is your name, man? So I can save you.
No, it's all good. Yeah, I'm Q Cosmic. Yeah, I just started my channel, The Opinion Stated Joint, man, about 4 months ago.
All right, cool. I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah. Y'all one of them ones that I'm looking to just gain inspiration and know-how as well, man. So yeah, keep doing what you're doing, man.
Hey, I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate it a lot. So if y'all in the chat, y'all hear that, check out the Opinion Stated podcast. I'm gonna check that out as well when we get off the air tonight.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right, brother. Bless you.
All right, you too. All right. Any other calls regarding the tour piece? Whether it's your thoughts on the injuries, should he continue to play? Should he get medically? All right, come on. What is it?
Man. The
I say something
comments,
I don't think I did.
No, sir. Not at all, sir.
All right,
not you. It's not you, G.
Nah.
Okay. All right. Oh wow. You talking about Tyler?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hey, as soon as I saw G face, I'm like, yeah, he saw it too.
Yeah. That's not good. To your point, Cap's still out there. I know you're being silly, right?
Yeah. I'll be silly.
Okay, because first of all, let's digress real quick. Why the hell is Kaepernick still trying to get a job playing in the NFL? What company do you know that you can sue, win the damn lawsuit, and then you're trying to go back and work for them? How? Somebody explain that to me. That sounds like the dumbest thing. Am I missing something?
Think about it, bro. Jim or John? Jim tried to get you on the sideline. Like, bro,
he was going to help him be a coach on his staff. Like,
be a coach, man.
Yeah. You're not going to play again, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Nobody's going to take that risk.
Thank you.
Nobody, bro.
And again,
years removed.
If you're Kaepernick, why do you even want to do that? You sued them. They paid you. What are you thinking that you're going to go back?
Hey, what more do you want from me?
Yeah,
what do you want from me?
Something wrong with this dude. Like,
hey, that's the NFL. Like, what you want, bro?
You know what all these NFL GMs are saying, right?
What's up?
Not gonna be able to do it.
Yeah, they ain't trying to hear that, man. They're not trying to hear that. No. They
not, bro.
No.
But yeah, I thought it was funny, bro. We were just saying who was out there. I saw Cam Newton, Joe Flacco. He's in Indianapolis.
He's in Indianapolis. He's Anthony Richardson's backup, and he will play.
Yeah. Ryan Tannehill is out there, I believe. I think Ryan Tannehill is out there.
Is he? Ryan Tannehill on the street?
Yeah. And I think he played for Miami before.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he was a wide receiver in Miami, if I'm not mistaken.
Ryan Tannehill?
When he first came in the league, they converted him.
Oh, gotcha.
And then when he went to Tennessee, he got put back to quarterback. Yes, Bruce, you're right. Colorado is must-see TV because you see me looking over to the side, right? I got the game on my other screen. Colorado is definitely must-see TV. This moron.
Shit, bro. What the?
Damn. Yeah, my bad. That was my boy calling me. All right. So let's go ahead and let's move on to the next topic. Devontae Adams. This was weird to me, man. So a lot of times as a journalist, right? As a journalist, as a podcaster, talking head, whatever, you hear people say, oh, you don't know because you never played. You just sit there talking, or you just writing. You don't know. You never played. And I'm like, in my opinion, this is my humble opinion. I definitely respect the X's and O's acumen of the guys who played, right? And there's something, there is something they have value in terms of they can give you nuggets that you would not be able to glean otherwise, right? They can go places that you can't go. and they can give you information that you can't get. Cool. And there's room for that. I respect it. But a lot of these dudes don't know what the hell they're talking about, man. And I'm like, it's amazing when you sit back and listen to a lot of players talk. You're like, what the hell were you thinking? And we're going to see an example on this topic, and then you're going to see an example on the following topic. So let's go ahead and get to that. What am I talking about when it comes to Davante Adams and Lamar Jackson? Did anybody hear this ridiculous comment that he made?
No, but you're going to lay off my boy, though. You can lay off my boy.
Clearly, he's not too bright, and you'll know why. Listen to this.
You're obviously locked in, Davante, on what you want to do on the field, but in the course of a game, when you kind of peek up and look and see, what have you seen out of Lamar Jackson throughout his career?
Well, he's who I think I mentioned it to y'all. I don't know if it was this year or last year, but going into my 21 season, I felt like that was an area, broken tackles was an area that I really wanted to focus on and push and make better. And I was literally finding myself watching Lamar Jackson highlights like in my locker before the games. Like, dude changed the game. He's the best, in my opinion, best ball carrier ever. You know, no matter what position you want to talk about, I don't think anybody's as big of a threat to carrying the football. So, and obviously he's worked really hard at developing the other parts of his game as well, and you've seen that come a long way too. So, he's a huge threat. Somebody you gotta be accountable for out there, and make sure you know what he's doing, and getting on the film of that. And obviously, I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, he's a hell of a football player.
Okay, so Edward Jackson says in the chat, let's keep it a buck. I think Davante Adams wants the Baltimore Ravens to come get him. I can see that, and that makes sense. Wait your turn. No, that makes sense, but that was a really stupid comment he made. What are you thinking? So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna start with the resident Baltimorean in this. Is that what you say, Baltimorean? What do you say? What you call y'all people, G?
Be more.
Y'all people? Sheesh.
What do you call people from Baltimore? Like, what's the term? Is it Baltimorean?
Dummy?
All right. So I'm gonna go with our resume.
Term of endearment.
Y'all, so your coach says, hey, what's up, dummy?
Fucking is dummy.
He's not joking.
Dummies.
Dummy.
Fucking is dummy.
Yeah. What is this? What is this? Fred Sanford? You big dummy.
You big dummy.
All right, G. So
dummy.
Yeah, then we go to our resident dummy.
That doesn't, because we talking about how dumb this take is.
Dumb as shit.
Nah, hey man, what's up, dummy?
Y'all dumb as shit. You gotta know, man. When you know, man.
I didn't know. I never knew.
You know, man. Yeah. We learn something new every day. So I'm gonna jump into this Davante on Lamar joint, man. Like
remember, he said he's the greatest carrier of the ball in history ever. So
that he's ever seen, yeah.
Yeah, what do you guys say about that? I think
he got to suit up against the mother. He got to suit up against Lamar. He saw how the game changed when he came in the league, and so there's no question, just like with the Trae Young incident, like they calling the game based off of what they see every day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they see every day that like this is like one of the most toughest players to get ready for. Because not only do you have to worry about his hand, you also got to worry about his legs. And I mean, if you go back and look at any of his highlights, you like, damn. Even if you go back to Louisville, like you and me, like, whoa, we haven't seen a talent like this in a long time, and to be consistent.
Every time I think about Louisville, I think about the 62 he put on Florida State in that Heisman Trophy year. Crazy.
Yeah, was it freshman year? That was freshman year.
Sophomore year, I believe.
Sophomore year.
Why?
But
why?
And so what I say is, when I see Lamar and these comments like this, I'm like, dude, you already know what he up against. I don't think he want to come and play with Lamar because he's not talking about his arm. And as a wide receiver, that would be something that he would have highlighted. But
that's a great point.
He chose to talk about his legs, you know what I'm saying? And so that's him giving him props. Because a lot of people think he's just, if you look, they're like, oh, yeah, he's been killing this year. Even with the 1L, he's been killing. He was one pass away from tying the game up. And he put the team on his back time and time again. And you got to think, he took Joe Flacco's spot. You know what I'm saying? Joe Flacco still got a lot of football in him. And so, I think he's spot on with, his statement of him being one of the, he said he was the greatest ball carrier.
Thank you. That's my issue. He's not one of.
Well, you can't defend it. How do you defend it, though? How do you defend it? How do you stop him, bro? How do you stop him?
It's not about stopping him, but I'll explain why. Of course, Lamar's a physical freak, but I'll explain why he's so much more dangerous in a minute. Transformer, you go ahead, and then I'll follow up.
I get what my boy Devontae trying to do. My boy Devontae is over there in Vegas, and he's just like my year being wasted away. Like I came here because I thought I was going to be able to go to a contender. We're developing. We got opportunities to win. Now I'm looking at Cardinals too. I'm looking at.
Okay, can I interrupt you right quick? I'm so sorry. I just thought about this. Randy Moss played for the Raiders.
Correct.
Wasn't great. Left there and turned back into Randy Moss. Not saying that Davante Adams is not still one of the better receivers, but imagine if he got somewhere else, a la Randy Moss, and turned back into Davante. That just occurred to me.
Can you let me finish my take? Because I was heading that direction.
No, we cut each other off every time, bro. This is what we do here.
Like I said, dummy.
Yes.
It's
Fuck you think this is, dummy? That's what we do.
So, like I was saying, the man is desperate. He's over there. He's not being utilized in the fashion that he wants to be. I was just watching. I think the Raiders played San Diego. I mean, not San Diego. Everybody changed their name these days. The Chargers. They're playing the Chargers, and I'm watching the game with my wife, and I'm like yelling at the TV. And T like, why are you yelling at the TV? You don't have Davante Adams on your fantasy team. I'm like, that's not the point. If you look at every route this man is running, he's open. Like I'm frustrated for him. Like I've seen him in Green Bay
and he's got nobody getting the ball.
These crisp outs, but Gardner Minshew just isn't looking his direction. I'm like, bro, if I'm throwing the ball 50 times a game, I'm making sure I'm getting him 15 or 20 targets. Right. I'm looking for him as my number one option half the time I'm throwing the ball. And I'm looking up and I'm calling the routes. I'm like, okay, he's about to run a dig. Okay, he's about to run this post right here. Oh, watch him do this cutback. And I'm calling the play. But Gardner Minshew was looking the other way. So I think Devontae is so frustrated. Like, hey, bro, I'm going to just start gassing up these other quarterbacks and other teams. And hopefully somebody come and get me. Because I think Davante Adams is still a top 5 receiver in this league. I don't think that the numbers support it because he can't get the ball. It's a difference between being a top 5 and not getting the ball, and the numbers can't prove it. But Devontae Adams,
even with a bad quarterback, even with bad quarterback play, he was over 1,000 yards last year. Devontae is that 15?
Dude. Was it 15?
Say again?
How many did he have? Was it 15? I'm not looking at this.
15 what?
Right now. 15.
No, I'm saying he was over 1,000 receiving yards last year.
Yeah. And that's what bad receiver plays. So I think he's just bad at that point to where I'm just trying to get up out of here. But the take itself,
bad quarterback play, Florida State. Anyway, go ahead.
You know, I'm like the take itself. It's like, come on. There's better ways you could have put that statement. Best ball carrier ever. I mean, what are we talking about? Like all these ball carriers that play in the league, Devontae, bro.
Like, come on, man.
It's a psyop, man. It's a psyop.
It's no psyop. It's no psyop. It's just another example of an athlete saying something stupid.
I'm gonna tell you why. It's a psyop, and I'm gonna tell you why. He want Lamar to throw the ball and not carve him up on the ground. He's like, please throw the ball. That's how. If you throw the ball more than 40 times, then maybe we'll have a chance of winning, right?
Yeah.
Just because of your lackluster and wide receivers getting open. If you're throwing the ball more than running, then that could possibly help us win. That's it. That's the only way. Like it's the only thing. Like, why else would you ride the jock of another man on the week before the game? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you do that? Like, you could have gave him his
because a lot of these dudes are not smart. Let's just be real.
I mean, we see that quite often.
These dudes say, you're like, wait, what? A lot of these dudes say absolutely ridiculous things. How long we've been talking about Anthony Edwards? A lot of these dudes just say dumb things. They got no,
Travis Kelce also said that he was like the toughest player to defend against.
Green Bay let him walk.
No doubt about it. So here's the deal, right? It's two things. One, Lamar is an absolute physical specimen. He is truly gifted. Elite arm talent, elite leg talent, right? Very few players in history have had the combination that he has. Michael Vick, John Elway, Randall Cunningham, very short list, right? Fran Tarkenton back in the day, very short list. Lamar Jackson is an absolute freak at the position. Totally get it. Now, that said, we know that he presents things that pretty much no other quarterback in the league presents in the modern NFL. I think we can agree with that in terms of trying to defend him, right? I think we agree on that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal, though. We're forgetting about the simple mathematics of it, right? In most times on defense, when you play against a team, you don't have to account for the quarterback in the running game. So the numbers are on your side. Now, what happens is most defenses, when you play against Lamar, now you have to account for that. So you don't have the numerical advantage defensively. So now things start switching up. Does that mean Lamar is not absolutely great? Of course it doesn't mean that. Lamar is fantastic. Like I just finished saying, 2-time MVP, 1-time unanimous, really 1 vote away from being a 2-time unanimous MVP. Lamar is incredible. I get that. Now, to say that this dude is the greatest ball carrier in history, come on, man. We got to stop this. We got to stop acting like we don't know that stuff happens.
He didn't say running back.
He
didn't say running back.
Yeah.
He didn't say running back.
He said ball carrier.
He said ball carrier.
He said ball carrier.
That's everybody.
And what is a running
everybody.
back? Yeah. Remember this guy? Remember this guy? Right? Freaking Jim Brown. That guy. One of the best to ever do it. How about this guy? Oh, yeah. Remember that guy? Old Sweetness, right?
Ooh.
Yeah. How about that guy? Like,
they're running backs.
He said ball carrier. He did not spell. I got to get a drop for that. I forgot to make that. Oh, my goodness. But no, he said ball carrier. He didn't specify quarterback, running back. He said ball carrier. So that's a very stupid statement to make. And that's the first thing I thought. And personally, the greatest ball words matter.
If he would have said the greatest running quarterback,
he changed the game, bro. He changed the game by his ability to run the ball, man.
He said, Devontae Adams said that Lamar Jackson is the greatest ball carrier in history. Ball carrier. He didn't specify a position. He said ball carrier, and that's just not the case. Lamar is absolutely great. Now, if you want to say he's the greatest ball carrier ever at the quarterback position, cool. I got no problem with that. Say that. He's not the greatest ball carrier in history. It's a nonsensical statement. I can't believe you're even trying to argue for that.
He's a quarterback, not a running back, bro. So, maybe that's...
I don't understand why you keep bringing up position. Why are you bringing up position?
He didn't bring up position. You brought up position.
Ball carrier.
You brought up position, bro. You did. You said running back. You brought all these running backs.
Because the way he said it, that's such a broad statement. Like ball carrier in the NFL, what do we call a ball carrier? Running back.
But everybody knows he's a quarterback. Everybody knows he's a quarterback.
Everyone knows he's a quarterback. Okay, how about this? We don't have to argue. Let's go back and hear it from the man himself again. I just want to clarify that I heard that correctly. So we'll just listen.
I didn't hear running back.
You're obviously locked in, Devontae, on what you want to do on the field, but in the course of a game, when you kind of peek up and look and see, what have you seen out of Lamar Jackson throughout his career?
Well, he's who I think I mentioned it to y'all. I don't know if it was this year or last year, but going into my 21 season, I felt like that was an area, broken tackles was an area that I really wanted to focus on and push and make better. And I was literally finding myself watching Lamar Jackson highlights like in my locker before the games. Like, dude changed the game. He's the best, in my opinion, best ball carrier ever, no matter what.
Best ball carrier
ever.
Matter
what position?
What reference
no matter what
was
position
there to
is what he said.
Or to quarterbacks or running backs? You tell me. I think I heard that probably. You tell me. What reference was there to position or throwing the ball? Let me know.
The very ending. The very ending.
He said all positions.
He said all positions. So that includes running back, G.
Yeah,
that includes running back.
That's why I'm like, yo, what are we talking about?
I mean, the fact that he's watching Lamar Jackson to figure out how to break tackles, man, is just, that's awesome, man. As a Ravens fan, you love to hear shit like that.
I think that's
pretty. You love to hear shit like that as a Ravens fan. You don't. Because, but no.
Listen, why I say it's stupid. Lamar don't break a lot of tackles. Lamar juke people out their socks, and he runs past people. He doesn't break a lot of tackles because he's so lightning fast, and that's a beautiful thing. He doesn't break a lot of tackles. Lamar is smart like that. For the most part, he doesn't get hit that much, right? He avoids contact for the most part. So I don't understand why he's saying he's looking at Lamar in terms of breaking tackles. Like, this is what I talk about. Like, some of these guys,
I love it. We still gonna kick their ass tomorrow. It don't matter. How he try to soften the blow. It's still gonna happen tomorrow.
Tyler, nah, that's not true at all. That's not true at all. It's Barry Sanders by far. That's not true. Yeah.
If not
Barry
AP,
Sanders,
like AP,
Barry Sanders
come on,
made
guys. Like,
defenders run
let's
into
not
each
get.
other.
This is
Like,
recency
come
bias,
on, man.
guys. Best broken tackles. Come on, G.
Yeah, nah.
Like guys
Lamar,
like AP,
Lamar is so
LT,
fast he
them
runs
boys
past
didn't-
people and he jukes
I
the hell
love
out of people. No
Man,
doubt.
I love it. I love it.
Of course, that's
I love it.
That's
that's
recency.
not
That's right.
that's not the
goddamn it.
issue. Of course you
That,
do.
that
Like,
young man go
you
through so
literally
much
saw
scrutiny, man. It's
the
crazy.
highlight-
we seen
the
we seen Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's been hurt way more than Lamar, but people
How
still
are
say,
you-
"Oh yeah, he has a problem when he has a problem staying healthy."
How are you? How did you completely manage to just totally change
Euro
the,
step the conversation. Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
He
like
did
that.
That boy James Harden, that motherfucker.
You like that, Jim?
Clear travel.
Yeah.
Clear travel. That man.
Yeah, man, I
and
just
one.
feel like
And one.
at this point, that's one man's opinion. You know what I'm saying? These athletes, they don't really do and say a whole lot of smart things. I don't know if
there
this
we
was
go. Isn't that what I
a call for help?
started off this thing saying?
But I mean, we've seen a lot of people say that, you know, LeBron James is like the best player to ever play basketball.
That's also absurd.
You know, Anthony Edwards say the same thing. And so, you know, there's a lot of good running backs out there, right? But we
Correct.
have yet to see a quarterback with his talent. We have actually, right? Because
Mike
Cam
Vick.
Newton, I think Mike Vick, Cam Newton. And so maybe he was
Randall
talking
Cunningham.
about he should have reworded it differently and say as a quarterback. That's what he should have said.
That's what we said
That's
from
what
the
he should've
beginning.
said.
of this whole
He
thing.
shouldn't have ended it with like including all positions, like no matter
Right.
what the position. Like if he didn't say that, then we could have probably gave him a little grace. He's talking about the quarterback position probably, but he just said, "Nah, man, that's including all positions." Like, damn, so running backs.
And that was my whole
Like,
point.
right,
Wow,
You
like,
talking
that
about
was
these
totally-
folks? I'm talking literally.
He said, "Come get me, bro. Come get me, bro."
And that would be awesome.
Come get me, bro.
I would love to
get
see
me,
him
bro.
in Baltimore. That'd be fantastic.
I will beat y'all into buying a jersey before you guys be able to buy a jersey. All right.
Hey, listen, man. I can think of
I will be a Raven fan. Talk about some go. What you
No,
what
we
y'all
don't
say?
need you. Go pack, man. Go pack. We don't need you. We good.
Nah, bro. I love Devontae, bro. Devontae is by far one of my
I
most
feel you.
favorite
That would
receivers
be
ever.
crazy.
Like,
it wouldn't
yeah.
be fair if you did that. Real quick, Edward says, I'm surprised nobody talks about Emmitt Smith when he has the most rushing yards. People analyze their game after Barry Sanders. So the reason people don't talk about Emmitt Smith is because he played behind consistently one of the greatest offensive lines in history, right? So here's the thing. Barry Sanders is one of 3 players, to ever play 10 years and make all-pro or all-pro every year in the league. Him, Lawrence Taylor, I believe, and Aaron Donald are the 3, right? So Barry Sanders, he didn't have that elite offensive line. And here goes the crazy part. Barry Sanders has over 1,000 career negative rushing yards, right? And he still retired second place all time on the rushing list. Like, Barry Sanders was absurd. Imagine if he had a real O-line. He didn't have the O-line like the Lions have now. You know. Well, he had a decent team because remember, was it Brett Perriman and Herman Moore? Like, he had some good receivers on that team, but you know, they never had the elite quarterback. But the point is, Emmitt, exactly, Bruce, exactly. Emmitt Smith benefited from a Hall of Fame line. Correct. That's it. Bruce, Randall Cunningham had a cannon of an arm. Yeah, he did. Lamar Jackson's arm is not that far off of Randall Cunningham. Lamar Jackson has a much better arm than he gets credit for. It's just, again, he's so fast. But we were talking about the mobile quarterbacks. Go ahead, G.
Mm-hmm. The Detroit Lions and Barry Sanders were running behind them, and the Ravens' offensive line is almost equal.
Wait, say that again?
That's all I got. That's all I had.
Say that again. I'm trying to say that again.
The same offensive line that Barry was running behind. At some weeks, it looked just like the offensive line that the Ravens had.
So the Ravens' offensive line used to be great, but it has kind of tailed off some. It used to be crazy, but it tailed off some. But I don't think it was that bad.
When? You mean there? When? I want to know.
Emmitt would have averaged 2 yards per carry with the Lions line. Yeah, for real. Why Derrick Henry never get mentioned with the greatest? I think when it's all said and done, he will. He will.
Big bruiser. He's more, like your name says.
Right.
But, you know, Derrick Henry wasn't like a – Barry Sanders was so small. If you look at size comparison, Derrick Henry was like bigger than the linebackers.
Yeah, Derrick Henry's like 6'3".
240, 250. You know,
right.
like Barry Sanders
outrun DBs when he gets in the secondary. But I think that's more they're scared to tackle him.
Yeah, like you're not walking up on him. Like, nah,
right,
bro, I'm not
right.
gonna have this man put his hand in my chest and then mug me to the ground.
Yo,
Barry Sanders, he was so small.
Crazy.
Oh yeah, he's a linebacker, bro.
Yeah.
The man is a defensive end who can run the ball.
Yep.
That's literally what Derrick Henry is, man.
No doubt.
But Barry, man, when it came to the feet, bro, like you just couldn't mess with
greatest
him.
feet I've ever seen. Like even if you don't look at his upper body, just look from the waist down when he's running. Like the stuff he's doing.
Pause.
Look at him from the waist down.
Pause.
All right. My bad. I was talking.
When you look at him from the waist down.
I don't know shit about that.
Why you had to?
When you look at him from the waist down.
Why you had to make it even worse, bro?
What's happening?
I don't know, man. That's the Bears comment, bro.
I gotta get I need the No Diddy shirt, man. I need it. I need the No Diddy shirt.
But continue, bro. We get what you're saying. If you look at
no, that was it. That was
it. Perspective.
Barry Sanders has incredible feet. He got some of the best feet we've ever seen.
No.
What? We can't say nothing. But
I can't say that.
Let's time out the pause meter. Bruce, continue with what you were gonna say, bro.
I'm done now.
We understand.
That was it, though. For real.
Go ahead, Bruce. Keep going.
No. That was really it. I'm done, though. For real. Yo, G, man. Yo, crazy, man.
Oh, gee.
All right, let's go ahead and do this.
I'm listening. I'm like, damn, man, he going.
Yeah, I didn't even.
That's my right now, bro.
Yeah. All right. Anybody got anything else to add before we open up the phone lines on Davante Adams' idiotic statement? Man, y'all sick, man. All right. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Y'all know what time it is. 904-219-8264. Yeah, it's scrolling on the bottom and the numbers in the chat.
What do you say, dog? What do you say?
904. All right, man. Chill. 904-219-8264, man. Go ahead. Give us a call. Man, give us a call, man. Let's hear your thoughts on Davante Adams calling Lamar Jackson jeez, the greatest ball carrier in history. Pause. Let's
look at it from the waist down.
Man, go ahead, man. Why you at it? Yo, let that go, man.
From the waist below.
My goodness.
From the waist below. If you look at how he runs that ball.
Yo.
I don't even know if I'm okay with him talking about Lamar like that.
Talking about Barry Sanders, man.
Violated for him.
You're wild, man.
Oh man, your trash from crying.
Yeah, because you ignorant, man.
Because it was the reaction, your reaction. Bro.
Oh my goodness.
I heard it. I'm like, God, Lee Bruce, that was tough. He like, yo, man, pause.
I didn't even. I like now I know how bad it was. I didn't even catch it when I was saying it though. You know what I mean?
Didn't catch it.
Pause, man. Come on, man. Yo, y'all are ridiculous. You know that, right?
Record this. We gotta make this a clip, bro.
No, we're not making this a clip.
Right, we gonna make this a clip. Oh man, somebody make this a clip.
Yo, man, get control of yourself, man.
I had notes on here, man. God damn, I'm ruining my notes on my notes.
All right. Okay. Looks like we're not gonna get any calls on this topic.
We don't need to after that, bro. They were just like, you know what, bro? Man. I don't even want to.
Go ahead, opinion, damn, man.
You're
good, bro.
It's the best speed I've ever seen.
Oh,
look at her from the waist down.
Classic. Write that down.
Transform, you got no sense, man. You too, G. Y'all don't know how to act, man. Look at Transform.
Hey, man. This was your topic, man. You picked it.
I know, man. Look, we got a call coming in, man. I'm going to take this call. Y'all control yourself and behave, man. Oh, all right. Format Podcast. Who's this?
Yes, my name is Logan.
Logan, what's good, man? It's been a while. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing all right.
All right.
I just wanted to make a comment to somebody who made a comment in your chat section where they said that, what about Emmitt Smith? We don't talk about him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he got the most yards ever.
Yeah.
But to that person, the only reason your man Emmitt Smith got the most yards ever is because Barry Sanders retired.
That's a fact. But you know
Barry
what though?
Sanders,
In fairness, Emmitt Smith, he said himself. I don't know if you saw the Run Barry Run documentary. No, Bye Bye Barry is what it was called on. I think it was on Prime, Amazon Prime, and they interviewed Emmitt Smith, and Emmitt Smith said he truly believes if he didn't retire, Barry Sanders was going to be the first 20,000-yard running back. So Emmitt gives Barry his due. He gives him his love.
Exactly, but I'm into that person that made that comment.
I got you.
That comment, you're lucky because Barry Sanders, like you said, would have put that record so far.
Yeah, nobody would have. Yeah, he would have put it out of reach for sure.
Logan came in here with an agenda. Hey man, to that dude in the chat, you talking about Emmitt Smith? You didn't look from the waist down good enough, boy. That boy Barry Sanders was nice.
Pause. What's wrong with you?
Hey, y'all need to knock that off, man.
You didn't look.
No, you talking about his footwork.
Yo, you see what I got to deal with, Logan? You see what I got to deal with, man?
Yes, I do. And another thing I like to say about Barry Sanders.
Yes, sir.
This is the way I describe Barry Sanders.
Talk to me.
He was the only football player I ever seen with a crossover.
You know what? That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic analogy, and that's true. That's true.
He literally made defenders fall after he had already passed them like 10 yards ago.
He made defenders run into each other. like
bro.
Yeah.
Looking like the Keystone Cop.
Yeah, the way he used to juke people out was just disgusting. Like he was ridiculous.
Like go back and look at Emmitt Smith highlights versus Barry Sanders in the trenches.
It's not close.
Like you're like, how did Barry make positive yards out of a negative situation?
Constantly.
You know what I mean? That's how great that man was, man. Emmitt Smith, like you said,
how many times that man reverse field because of his line wasn't him the block that he needed to go the direction the play was called.
No, it's true.
Exactly.
I mean, but that's when just that otherworldly greatness kind of shines through. And realistically, you know, to Devontae Adams's point, to somewhat, you see that with Lamar, just having that incredible God-given ability to do things no one else can do, and to make something out of nothing. And you know, we see that there as well. But I get it.
But is he that much better than Michael Vick was? Because I grew up with Michael Vick.
It was crazy.
I'm older than Michael Vick, but I'm just saying.
I think he's a little better. I don't know.
Because Michael Vick went up in Green Bay in the playoffs and did something nobody had done in like 30 years.
Yeah, no one had ever done that. He was the first one to do it. So no, I get what you're saying. He was more accurate than Michael Vick, and I think he is. You know, I'm not even going to say that. He was more accurate than Michael Vick. Yeah, I got to watch out.
You was going to say he had a cannon?
That's not. No, I wasn't.
Okay.
You know what? I ain't even messing with you. I'm not. No, I think he is. I think he
I
is
was
better.
Going to let you go with that one, though.
It's not.
I get it. I get what he's saying.
Yeah, it's not a huge gap, but it's noticeable.
Yeah.
You know, it's considerable. Michael Vick was never going to be an MVP, right? He was really, really good, but not MVP good. And Lamar has gotten that thing twice in one of the best quarterback eras, right? So
and unanimous.
You know, and a unanimous one, correct. So there's that.
Okay.
Yeah. You got anything else for me, Logan?
Yes, I was waiting for y'all to speak on the incident with Tariq down in Miami. I was wondering was y'all gonna bring that topic up again. I heard your podcast earlier in the week on it.
Yeah, we didn't have that in the rundown for today. I think we went into it in depth. What was that? Last Wednesday.
Wednesday and Sunday. We
talked about it Wednesday. Yeah. Saturday. So
yeah, I listened to it at work. So I was just wondering was y'all gonna bring it up again because I mean I had a comment on it. You know,
yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
All right. This is my thing. Now, the way you was talking about you got a friend that's a cop.
Mm-hmm.
My mother was a cop.
Okay.
So I know a little something about this too.
Okay.
And we always talk about how this country police needs to be retrained.
I agree.
You know? Okay. This is what they need to be retrained on. The understanding that as a citizen of the United States, I don't have to respect you. And the fact that they must remain professional at all times. Only thing they can control, I mean, they got to keep controlling the situation, but the only thing they can control my attitude.
No,
they can't. No.
Their professionalism. Sir, can I get your license and registration?
Mm-hmm.
Man, what you give my license and registration for, man? Sir, can I have your license and registration? Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Keep cool, remain calm. That's all they can do.
Right.
They can't legislate. They can't put an order in for me to respect them.
So you don't think that people should respect authority, though?
No,
I don't have to respect you.
I'm saying people out here in the street got attitude.
Yeah.
Everybody got an attitude. The cop has to remain professional.
Mm-hmm.
He can't sit up here and say, because you want to act like that, I'm going to snatch you out your car. Now, going to write you a ticket. Just write him a ticket and let him go.
Well,
that's all you was going to do. Just do it.
So you heard what I had to say on the topic, but I'll revisit it real quick. So my biggest thing, even before I talked to my boy, and let me say this. So I'm sure your mom was a good lady. My homeboy, he's a great dude. I got an uncle who's a cop, real good dude. And that doesn't mean that cops can't violate and cops can't get out of line. We know that happens regularly. That said, you're Tyreek. You got blackout limousine tints. You refuse to roll the window down. If I'm an officer, how do I know you don't have a weapon in there? I need to make sure that on a routine traffic stop, I'm safe just like you are, right? That's why I'm telling you, roll down the window. Roll down the window. You refuse to roll down the window. Now I'm concerned. I have to take control of the situation because my safety could be at risk. Same way you're trying to get where you're going, I'm trying to get where I'm going to.
Okay, this is the thing, right? So he had a Ferrari. He had a Ferrari, right?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe he does have a firearm in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Once you got his license and registration, you seen the car wasn't stolen. Had the car been stolen, who you concerned? This is a stolen car. Somebody jacked somebody for their Ferrari. But the owner of Ferrari don't go around shooting cops. Somebody Dodge Charger might. But we
don't know that. We can't dignify that.
Right.
You can't shoot me because you're in a Ferrari.
Right. I can't assume that.
This is not an episode of Miami Vice. This is not an episode of Miami Vice. Those people in Ferraris don't go around blasting cops unless they sold this car.
I understand what you're saying, but it's not about that. It's about the general. It's about the general safety measures and precautions taken. Right. Yeah. I'm not looking at the car and saying, "Well, you're driving a nice car, so it can't happen." No.
Our limousine tents illegal in the city of Miami, in the state of Florida.
You say what now?
In your car.
Say again.
Our limousine tent illegal in Miami and the state of Florida on the car.
So I live in Florida, and I don't think you can have tints that dark. I'm almost positive.
Okay, write him a ticket for that.
Is it 5%?
No, I get it, but again, my point, and you don't have to agree, but my point, I'm the officer at that vehicle. Roll down your damn windows. Now my safety is a concern, and if you want to disregard that, okay, now you're getting ready to face the repercussion until I feel the situation is under control. So you can feel how you want to feel about it.
An old white Jewish lady, they wouldn't have felt that threatened in her Ferrari.
He's gonna lose his job. Plain and simple.
Do you know why? Do you know why he's gonna lose his job?
I know why he's gonna lose his job.
Because of publicity.
Not
because he actually did something wrong.
He acted impulsive and he escalated a situation that he should have been able to de-escalate.
He didn't try to just de-escalate.
Right.
But he wasn't getting out the car though.
He was getting out the car and dude snapped him.
If I give you no, the cop opened the door. He didn't open the door. The cop opened the door. Because he told him.
He turned his body. At some point, he turned his body to get out the car.
He told him multiple times, roll down the window, roll down the window, roll down the window. Right? He told him multiple times. Then he said, roll down the window, or I'm gonna take you out of the car. Right?
Okay.
And he didn't.
Okay, let's get past that point. Once he starts stepping out the car, you need to snatch me. I got an attitude and this and the other. Like I said, you the cop. You got life and death in your hand. And we'll see any times when you unshot somebody who didn't deserve to be shot.
I agree. I'm not saying that doesn't happen.
And there's multiple of y'all. I'm getting out the car. Why'd you snatch me at this point?
Listen, so what I'm saying is I can see both sides of it, right? I can see both sides of it. And at the end of the day, once you ramp up a situation, you in this case being Tyreek Hill, right? So, okay, let's do this. To me, this is very, very simple. If Tyreek Hill had behaved properly when he was first stopped for a speeding ticket, none of this happens. Does that mean it was right that it happened? No, but none of that happened. Roll down the window, right? I've been stopped plenty of times for speeding, right? Before the cop even walks up to me, my windows are freaking down. I reach in the glove box, I get all my crap, I put it on the dash, and I'm sitting there like this. Good afternoon, officer. What is it? Or what are you? Blah, blah, blah. And then when they license registration, may I please reach for my license and registration? Like, should it have to be all that? No. But guess what? I'm trying to get where I'm going. And again, this is very simple. No matter how you feel about it, in life, there's something called cause and effect. And I guarantee you, Tyreek Hill doesn't act like that, we don't have the situation that we had. All you have to do is roll down the window and deal with the dude. It's pretty simple.
Okay, I'm like you. I drive a black Dodge Charger with tinted windows down. Thank you, illegal in Michigan.
Okay.
When the cops roll down on me, I sit up here and roll down my window. I turn my car off. So you know I ain't about to run.
Right.
I turn my car off.
Correct.
You know? And one time I did have my license registration already in my hand, had my hands out the window. Police walked up to me like, man, put your damn hands down. Everybody gonna shoot you.
but guess what though? By him saying that, or she, whoever, I guess it was a him in this case, he knew why you were doing that. And he knew that you were taking the precautions to say, okay, you can see my hands are out the window. I don't have anything. You can't say I'm reaching. You can't say I'm armed. Here's my documentation. Take it.
And actually, it's not good to do that because at that point, we don't know what that is.
Does it make it cool that we have to do all that? No. But at the end of the day, look, you trying to go home or get where you're going? It is what it is.
But it goes back to Tyreek's attitude. How many videos have we seen of a Karen giving the police attitude and he just write her a ticket? Write me my ticket. What are you harassing me for?
I get it. Like, I'm not. My thing is, I didn't say any of
my
that was right.
You're not gonna treat everybody the same.
But you know that's not life though. That's not real life. Unfortunately, that's not real life. So my thing is, it's not right.
You need that training.
I listen. I'm not.
I don't think. Let me chime in real quick.
Mm-hmm.
We're if you don't know, all three of us are military, right? We all went through some sort of training to where we had to go through some security protocol, right? And the Navy, we call it SRF Bravo and SRF Alpha. Pretty much what we're trained to do is actually be policemen.
Yeah.
In a sense of when a situation gets crazy, we got to learn how to diffuse it, know how to protect the ship, know how to protect your shipmates and things of that nature, all right, while being armed, right? In this situation, that yes, Tyreek could have handled the situation in a different way by the way his attitude was being given out towards that officer. But as an officer, you're learned to retaliate force with force. When that force is met, then you escalate the situation from that matter. You being verbally rude isn't reason for me to react in such a way to put you in a situation that I put you in by placing you on the ground, shove you in the cuffs, makes you on the ground, because at that point, you're no threat to me. Once the threat is deactivated, now, if he would have asked Tyreek step out the car as a proper protocol, like, okay, look, you don't want to roll the window down, step out of the vehicle. Let him, give him that grace, opportunity. I have 3 guys. I'm not terrified of this guy. I have 3 cops next to me. I'm not terrified of you. Step out of the vehicle. I'm going to let you walk out. Sir, I'm going to place you in handcuffs to ensure my safety because you didn't follow my safety protocol. There's a way as a policeman you can handle that. Now, just because he's a policeman, and I like for people to understand this, just because you're a policeman doesn't mean you can't be a bad apple in your profession.
Correct.
There are bad apples in every profession. In the military, we call them dirt bags, shit bags, whatever. They pass the protocol to get in, but doesn't mean that they're going to always have that mentality to do everything right when it's supposed to be done. Policemen are the same way. So we can't just say that this one cop who overreacted, like the whole system needs to go into a training protocol. I get it, but that's one bad apple. Yes, we can use that as a trainer to be like, hey, look, we know what not to do. Let's not act like this guy or overreact like this guy just did. Yes, he overreacted because you took something from verbal usage. Like you said, you heard a lady, you hear ladies all the time. They bicker back and forth, but they don't threaten the demand. I also think that there was ego part of it. You're looking at it as, hey, this cop probably grew up bullied, got his badge of honor. Yes, I'm a police officer. Tyreek Hill, jock, just a football player.
Like you're not special. You got to listen to.
Special, so I have to show you. Just because you got this expensive Ferrari, this Ferrari is worth 4 times my salary, that I still hold the upper hand. I hold dominion over you. You know what I mean? So I say like that's just that bad apple in the group. You know what I mean? We have bad apples.
I want my respect. I want my respect.
I want my respect. Yeah. Like, okay, since you think that you're big and badass, all I asked you to do was keep your windows rolled down. Now I'm going to take it to a level that you want me to take it there. And since you are a football player, I know who you are, Tyreek Hill. You think you're about to just run over us because we're just the police and we we only make $50,000 a year. Okay, cool. Get out of the car. Let's put you on the ground. Let's show you that we have to have the power. I think that's more ego. And that cop, but like I said, that cop needs to be handled in the proper manner that he should be handled, whether it's suspension, fire, or whatever the case may be. That's just not how you act as a person. It's just not. As a police officer, you have a duty to the public and the people that are around you. Meet force with force. That force was not escalated to the point where you need to handcuff him, then put him on the ground, shove him to the ground, and put your knee in his back. You could politely ask him to get out of the car, allow him that opportunity. Now, if Tyreek is still being an asshole, at this point, now I got to meet force with force. You're now neglecting a lawful order. I now have to pull you out of that vehicle.
But that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. He neglected a lawful order.
Bruce, they didn't give him the time.
Okay.
At that point, you didn't give him the time. Like if you look at how quick that job. Yeah, how quick he reacted. He opened the door and they grabbed for him. They didn't even allow him the opportunity to step out the car.
The reason he's going to lose his job is not for the reason you think. The reason why is because the NFL is going to lean on them, and because he's Tyreek Hill. That's why he's going to lose his job. But
if this was just Bruce getting the ticket, then he wouldn't be getting fired.
At the end of the day, man, we're going to agree to disagree. And again, I'm not trying to say that the cops were perfect in this situation. What I am saying is cause and effect is a real thing. And if he didn't respond in the way he did, that doesn't happen.
I think some of us are conditioned to believe we're supposed to act a certain way to the police, and that's not true. You should be able to express your amendment, your freedom of speech, and tell them how the hell you feel. And if they do, hold on. And if they do act in misconduct the way they did, pulling that man out the car, and we've seen it a lot of times where they overreaching, and then somebody get their brains blowed out, and the cops say, "Oh well, he was a threat. I meant to get my taser." You know what I'm saying? This was a damn traffic ticket. He had to take that man out the car.
I get you. But again, you know what? All right, cool. You see it.
At that point, you can't take him out of the car if he don't roll his windows down.
You violated his rights.
Guess what? You
neglected a lawful
order.
All
right, cool. All right, bet. All right. Because I don't understand how somebody who served in the military for the last 18 freaking years, don't understand position of authority and legal orders. I'm not sure how you don't get that.
It has nothing to do with the oath that I swear to. It has everything to do with me being a Tyreek, being in a situation where police has overreached their authority multiple times. And to the point where they even almost try to pull weapons, you know what I'm saying? Like for no reason at all. And so there's a big issue in America where if you DWB, I don't know if you ever was DWB or you've been bumper raped where they ride up behind you.
No, I never.
Take your tags. Yeah. So it's one thing to be able to kind of understand and see how both parties could have did things differently.
Right.
But the fact is the guy who actually
hold on, G. Let me hold on. Let me take this call.
The victim there was pulled in the street.
Hold on, let me take this call. What's up, Dominique? Hello.
Hey, Bruce.
What's up, Dominique?
You guys are still live, right? I'm not crazy, right?
Yeah, we're live. What's going on, Dom?
We wild.
How are you guys doing?
We're doing good. We're doing well. Thank you.
I had to call in because I'm seeing a bunch of comments. I'm listening to you guys talk about Tyreek Hill and the police. And, I agree with G on this. Black people are not supposed to be dumb. We shouldn't have to play dumb and be humble to not be beaten by the police. I just like what someone should have done and could have done. What if he was drunk? What if he's mentally ill? What if he's a drug addict?
He being Tyreek?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So and because he's acting out, police are trained professionals. So in their training, why don't they treat everybody the same? So if it was fair and equitable, and if white people and if, all different kinds of people were getting treated the same, then that's another story, right? But for some reason, there's a problem that the police have with Black people. And we need to stop excusing that problem that they have with Black people.
Does that mean, unfortunately, that in many cases, Black people, you know what? I'll say this. You asked the question, why don't they treat everyone the same? Because realistically, that's not humanity. It's not human nature to treat everyone the same. It's just not. Would that be ideal? Yes. And am I excusing it? No, but it's also not humanity.
You
like
are
that,
excusing
that doesn't
it.
happen.
When you say that that's not humanity, like that's not it. That's not an answer. The police are trained and they have a job to do, to protect and serve, and they can't decide who they're going to protect and serve. They take an oath,
I get
and
that.
their job is to protect and serve everyone, not just white people, not just Karens, not just people that, yes, sir, and no, sir, not just people like that. We're not supposed to sit there, and we don't have to be humble and play dumb to not be shot and killed by the police or dragged out of our car, thrown on the ground for really no reason. And I'm not saying that Tyreek Hill wasn't a jerk, but what happened wasn't warranted. Protocol wasn't followed. That's why the police is suspended. And we as Black people should not be on camera. Yeah. We should not be on camera sitting here blaming Tyreek Hill. And it's not just the format. It's Kwame Brown. It's a variety. It's only
I don't think nobody here is blaming Tyreek Hill.
I'm sorry, I'm still talking though. It's only in our community when we do that. It's only in our community where we sit there and blame each other when we get killed by the police. White people never do that. They come out. Do you know what's happening with Caitlin Clark right now? All those white people are protecting her. All I'm saying is we need to be together on these issues, not apart. Definitely not blaming each other, because right now, what white people do, what Jewish people do, what what Muslim people do, what Indian people do, they stick together.
So I'm not going to turn this into a race thing.
Did something wrong, but it is a race thing because that's what we're talking about, though.
No. You're misunderstanding our point here.
And how this happens to Black people. Well, you said that, it's wrong what the police officer did, but if Tyreek Hill didn't do what he did, then none of this happened.
That is correct. That is politically correct.
If Tyreek Hill wasn't
That
Black,
is correct.
none of it happened.
Listen, Dom. I think you're getting me confused.
Black, if he
Dom,
was white,
okay, you're gonna allow me to talk. You can allow us to talk.
Y'all. Hold on, let the caller talk.
Subject to response.
She going.
Yeah, but you got to be subject to response.
I was talking. If you're letting someone call in, if I was finished and I'm interrupting you speak, then that's one thing, but that's not the story here.
Oh, you do that quite often, but go ahead. I'm just trying to make a
point that white people, if Tyreek Hill was white, none of this happened.
So if Tyreek was white and he rudely answered the response of what the police officer is saying, and the police officer told him to roll his windows down, and he disobeyed a lawful order, and then they said, you know what, let's just get out of the car, and you didn't get out of the car, you're forced to get out of the car, so you think that's just not going to happen? I think that's typical protocol.
I can guarantee it's not going to happen because we have video of it. We have video evidence of white people doing the same things that Black people do to the police, giving them sass, giving them attitude, going buck wild, hitting them, attacking them, and they don't wind up dead. They don't wind up brutalized on the side of the road. We don't see those videos. We see video of the police officer doing their job, being a professional and doing everything that they can, to your point, Transformer, to de-escalate, because that's their job. They're not supposed to kill us, but we wind up dead. That's all that I'm saying. And I just want us as Black people to do a little bit better to make sure that we're not making excuses for this, because there is no excuse. The police have a problem with Black people. That's the problem. And we shouldn't have to pretend to be something that we're not in order for that not to happen.
All right, let me.
I think, but my point is, because I think she's pointing out the fact that, we're saying, this is mainly, what you're saying, let me not get you wrong. You're saying we're blaming Tyreek for part of this?
I think that what you guys are doing is saying that all lives matter in a sense. Like, hey, this happened that was wrong, but also this happened. And when G chimed in saying what he said, I relate to that, because Black people have a problem with the police, and there is no excuse for it. And Black people should not have to behave in a certain way, not to wind up dead by the hands of the police.
I think me and Bruce
we're going to keep robbing. That doesn't mean that we deserve to die over it. That's all that I'm saying. We're going to continue to have bad behavior. So because Black people have bad behavior, we deserve to die at the hands of the police? No.
That's not.
It's not going to stop.
D, nobody's saying that. Well, I think,
but
let's
what you said
very simply
that
put,
if Tyreek
two
Hill
things
didn't
can be
give
true.
The cop sass, that would have never happened.
Two things can be true,
would have
Dominique.
never happened if he was white. Yes, but I need you to talk about that side and not blaming black people.
I'm not blaming
because
black people.
are going to have attitude. They're going to give cops fast, but that doesn't mean they should wind up beaten up or dead.
Okay, so
that's the severity of what we're dealing with right now.
So
black people are being killed every day by the police.
So am I understanding? Yes, black people are. I addressed this on my previous pod, about the percentages and black people, black men more likely.
Talking about what Tyreek Hill did.
Because
that's what he did.
It was warranted.
Because it's a major part of the situation, and you cannot excuse that. Two things can be true.
Situation, yes, we can exclude it when it doesn't happen to white people.
All right, that's cool.
If it happened to everybody for doing it,
so we can't educate. We can't educate. Is what you're saying. So
cause and effect is cause and effect. No matter.
You're not educating black people by telling them to be dumb and humble for the police.
No, we're telling them that there's a way that
if you want to be a little black boy.
Okay, you're just not going. She's just not.
That's what you're telling people.
Let's just move on, Bruce.
Just sit there and be a good little black boy so that you don't get beaten or killed by the police.
No, Dominique, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is how I was raised and the fact that I'm a veteran. I understand situations of authority and being a subordinate. I understand that. And when you are stopped by the police, you are immediately in a position
to understand being a subordinate.
Clearly, that's not the case.
Die by the police because you gave them attitude.
Nobody's advocating that. But so listen,
do you know rolling down tinted windows is a safety protocol? Do you know that? Do you know that's a safety violation? Do you know that?
When white people don't get out
of
their car, not killed.
That's not the point.
Is the point.
Please
That's
answer the question.
Point.
Mom, I asked you a question and you're stepping over when I was talking now.
It's
so
not
could you please answer the question?
There was nothing that Tyreek Hill did that was a safety
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
When you have tinted windows and you're asked to be pulled over, I don't know what's inside your car. I do not know what's inside your car.
What was the officer supposed to do?
Okay, Bruce, let's just move on because I was talking and now she's interrupting me. Go ahead.
I got a question.
I think this is going too far.
I got a question.
Go ahead, G.
Going too far.
Do y'all think he was racial profiled?
Did they know he was black when they pulled him over? They couldn't have, right? Because he had the limo.
If you run the tags,
really? Because they said, "I know who you are. I know exactly who you are."
Yeah, after they ran the tags, right? When they first pulled him over, they wouldn't have known who he was, but you run the tags and you see the registration or whatever. Okay, I know who you are.
But why did he get pulled over a seatbelt? Right? Seatbelt violation.
Speeding.
Yeah, speeding first, and then when they go there, he doesn't have the seatbelt on.
I think 16 to 35.
Because they could see in the window.
He cracked it. He cracked it a little bit, and that's when because the first thing that happens, I'm sure,
and they could see that he's black.
So I'm sure. All right, you know what, D? I think we can agree to disagree on this one.
The safety protocol of a tinted window, as an officer, right? Even in the military, if you have tint on your windows. We ask you to roll them down.
We're talking about the police.
Can I talk, please? Let me talk. I am talking. I'm talking, and now you're interrupting me. Do you understand how this sounds? Now we're just going back and forth. That just sounds clownish. Can I speak? Can I speak from a professional standpoint? I served my country, and I went through the same protocol. Did you do that?
You are not an
officer. Did you do that? Did you do that? Did you act in some sort of law enforcement? You did not. So you did not do that. Then you're
Transformer, chill. Transformer, chill. Hold on, bro. So D, check this out. Hold on. So I don't know if you heard the show that I did the other day, and we're going to move on from this because
I watched your show, Bruce. Right, that's why I'm calling in today because we're talking about it again.
Right,
and I couldn't let it go.
That's cool. So, but what I'm going to say is
we can let this conversation go, bro.
I spent over an hour talking to a decorated member of the NYPD that I'm very cool with, and I know is a good guy. And he was able to show me the thing from the other side as well. I have family members that are police officers, law enforcement, just like you do, right? And they will all tell you that it is a safety protocol to roll down the windows.
They told me that they could do something much better. That's what my family and the police told me. They didn't tell me that Tyreek deserved that because he didn't roll down the window.
Okay, so
they told me there's a variety of other things that they could have done. And ripping him out of the car, throwing him on the ground, kicking him when he was already out of the car.
I didn't see the kick, but
make that make sense.
All right, but what we're gonna do?
Wow, I didn't know they kicked him.
I didn't see the kick, but I think we can agree to disagree on this.
That's terrible, man.
And I'll just hold to two things can be true. I'm a firm believer in that. In most cases, two things can be true. But I do appreciate the call, though, Dom. Appreciate the passion, and thank you for calling. We are going to.
Anytime, guys.
Appreciate you.
Happy
Have a good
Saturday.
night. No doubt.
You too.
All right. Reed was Skip Bayless.
Always, she always
you
put us
Jalen
on game.
Milroe?
She always put me on game, dog. I didn't know they was kicking.
I didn't see.
I didn't see no video of
see
that, so that might be
bro.
somebody.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and rewatch.
I saw them put the knee in the back. The knee in the back for sure. I saw that one.
And that's a soft spot in itself, right there.
Yeah. The concrete and the heat.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and I don't even know how we got on this. We talk about Devontae and Lamar, but
what he called in?
Oh yeah. Oh boy,
Logan. I think it's Logan.
Yeah, Logan from Detroit.
Yeah, Logan.
What's my man name? I think that's What's my man name? I think that's
Wolverine.
No, you idiot. No, I think that's Sabir Talib Al-Haq. I think that's him. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. This was one I thought was very interesting. This is another example. So Trae Young. So check this out, y'all. We did a lot of talking about Anthony Edwards and his idiotic comment that the only player in the 90s and 80s that had any skill was Michael Jordan, right?
Yeah.
And we talked about all the different legends and players coming out talking about how absurd that was. And it looks like I don't think it was egregious to that level, obviously, but Trae Young was just on, I think, the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast the other day, and he said something that I was like, wait, what? So let's hear the clip. We'll come back and talk about it, and then we'll kind of get into that. Trae Young, here we go.
If you got to pick your team. And you picking anybody in the NBA, 12 players. Who you picking the ball with you?
Man, you put me in a spot, man. I want my
Come on.
I want my team, man. I don't know.
I'm talking about in the history of the league.
In the history? Okay.
Yeah,
that's a better
about,
question.
Yeah,
the history.
In history? Oh, I gotta add Bean at 2, Kobe at my 2.
Over Mike.
Yeah, that's my Mikey.
Okay.
I respect that.
You feel me? Mike's my 6th man.
Hey, listen, you know.
Damn, he said Mike is 6th man.
You want to turn these cameras off. You will be the first person in the history of flight.
No, you got to hear the rest of his team, though.
Mike was a 6th.
But no, you got to hear his team. That's his team.
If I wasn't starting, I'd put Mike in my place.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But you start.
So I can't put him at the 3 because that's KD's spot. That's Oklahoma City. That's one of my idols. And then LeBron at the 4. And then I'm putting Shaq at the 5. That's my guy. So
okay.
That's my guy.
Who the rest of the team?
Who coming off the bench?
Mike
right,
6.
We got Mike. Mike's the first man off the bench.
Oh, he said that like
No, he said
Mike is the first.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Your man that came with you is dying. He like Mike.
Okay.
But no, he said because he started.
Yeah, okay, so I'm starting. So then we got on my team I gotta have some shooting. So
yeah.
I'm gonna put Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller on my team as a shooter. I'm gonna bring another big off the bench. It's gonna be, man, I don't know, big.
Tim Duncan?
Oh yeah, that's my 4. That's my 4 coming off the bench.
Oh, all right.
He's number 6 all time in my book, Tim Duncan. Man, D-Wade. D-Wade's another scorer coming off the bench. What's that, 9? That's 9 people.
We only need 3 more.
Need 3 more?
A center.
Man.
Kareem, Wilt.
Nah.
That's too far back.
I know Kareem. I'm gonna put Kareem in there, man. Kareem's one of the best all time. So.
He is.
Yeah, he is. I like going with people that I've seen. And
yeah.
I'm not a big centers guy, but
he just want ball with all shooters.
I was about to put a lot of shooters.
All right, so Trae Young is.
I get it, man. I get it, though.
I get it. You get it.
I get
First,
it.
you going look, man. Trae Young nice, right? I got no. Trae Young is nice. He could ball, right? He can do all his fancy Harlem Globetrotter stuff and all that. Cool. The fact, like, you gonna be a professional basketball player in the NBA.
I can do
and
that though.
Fix your freaking mouth to say that Michael Jordan is your sixth man coming off the bench. What the hell are you thinking?
But
what are you thinking?
Hear what he said though. Hear me out, Bruce. Hear me out.
Yeah.
Hear me out. We just got on Devontae for his lack of terminology in the way he's using his words and saying that Lamar Jackson is the greatest ball carrier, right? If you listen to the end of what he said, I can only go by judging by what I've seen. He was born in 1998. When did Michael Jordan retire?
2003.
No. The real time. Come on.
1998.
Okay, 1998. He doesn't know Jordan like that. So I can see what he's trying to do. He's going by players that he's physically seen. Like I've seen this guy, I've watched and witnessed this guy, dominate the game in a sort of fashion. So I can get why. But honestly, the first name that goes off this list is him. But you're not going to keep your own self off this list. But
when people ask about this list, they got to start saying
though.
Excluding yourself. Like if I'm saying,
I think Melo did it that way.
If I'm saying Transformer, give me your 5, excluding you. Give me your top 5 personal trainers, excluding yourself. You know what I'm saying? That way you get a more objective. Like, come on,
absolutely.
man.
I can give a top 5 out of myself. That. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But even if you go and listen to like more of what he was saying, he was like, "Oh man, give me a power forward, bro. This is your sport. You're supposed to know who the players are. They giving you names. They gave him Tim Duncan, Akeem.
You heard what he says. He doesn't he doesn't do bigs.
I don't know bigs.
This is so stupid though. You don't do bigs, so you think your shooter's gonna make every shot, huh?
Lack of information. That's what you think.
So you think there needs to be no rim protection and no rebounding, huh? That's why you lose. That's why you lose. And that's the other thing that kills me, right? When you hear these young cats talking about their teams and their all-time starting fives and whatnot, these dudes don't even make teams that fit. They just pick a bunch of guys. Yeah. So you heard it. You heard his first 5. Him. What does he say? Him, LeBron,
Kobe, KD,
and Shaq. I'm like, that's a terrible team. Like that doesn't work. Like,
they all clash. They all clash.
And no doubt, all those are all-time great players. You know what I'm saying? We know how incredible these dudes are.
And I get it. I guess because he's doing it because we saw what Kobe and Shaq look like, right? But Kobe and Shaq couldn't fit a KD nor LeBron James in that offense. But then he also saw Bron and KD in the same team on the Olympics. So I think he's kind of like that recency bias type of. I've seen these guys. I'm like, Kobe and Shaq are the greatest duo we've ever seen dominate the game the way they did. And then we just seen LeBron and KD literally just win an Olympic title for us. So I kind of get it, but at the same time, bro, this generation, they don't do research, man. The man couldn't name bigs. He couldn't name bigs.
That's where I was going. Like, bigs. This generation has no excuse for that. And the reason I say that, not to take a shot at them, watch this. You literally have, when you pick up your smartphone, the world of information in your hand. You have more information available to you than anyone who ever lived in recorded human history.
Correct.
Being ignorant, you have no excuse for that anymore.
Correct.
You just don't. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a firm proponent of that.
Correct.
You have no excuse for being ignorant anymore.
When you're right, Bruce.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Right here. What I need to know. I can look it up right now.
The average kid has a phone, has a tablet, has a smart TV, has a computer at home, has a computer at school.
Right.
Bro.
No, yeah.
You need.
And if you don't have a computer at home, a lot of the schools will lend you a Chromebook throughout the year.
My daughter has a Chromebook. Not a Chromebook, it's a Lenovo.
I know what you're talking about.
What's that laptop? Lenovo. They got a Lenovo.
Yep. You either get that or you get the Chromebook. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Man.
Opinion stage. These kids have way more access than we did, yet they failed to use it. And so that's frustrating to me.
But you know what? Side piece real quick.
Yeah.
I literally just the other day, my wife bought a air fryer, right? Brand new air fryer, but it had a whole bunch of gadgets. So my wife had to go to work that same day. So we were going to use the air fryer to make, I believe, some wings and some fries, right? So my daughter, she's getting to the age, she's in the kitchen with me a lot. She cooks a lot. So I'm like, hey, babe, you got it tonight. Go ahead and use the air fryer. So she came to me, and mind you, we just bought it. So the box is sitting right here on the floor with the manual in it. Right? So I go, babe. No, she goes, Dad. Hey, Dad, I don't know how to work this. Can you show me how to use it? I'm like, baby, didn't we just buy it? Yeah. So what makes you think I know how to work it? I haven't used it yet, right?
Because you're dad, you're supposed to know.
I'm dad, I'm supposed to know, right? So I get
Yeah.
that point. But then I said, babe, well, how else do you think we can learn how to figure out this air fryer? She said, I don't know. I'm like, babe, doesn't things come with manuals, right? She said, oh, yeah. And I said, you know what, baby, I got a better way for you. You got a phone, right? She said, yeah. I'm like, babe, they can show you how to do this thing on your phone. I said, go on your phone, type in the air fryer name and the model, and I promise you it'll pop up on YouTube. What happened? It popped up on YouTube.
Yup.
3 minutes of the video of her watching this video about this air fryer. Boy, she started working buttons like she knew what they like she knew everything. I was like, babe, what did you just learn? You have information in your hand.
That's right.
That you're holding every single day. You got no reason to ask me simple questions on how to work.
No, you don't.
You got no reason. Like that's the lack of the awareness these kids, this generation is having. You got so much information, access to so much information. You don't know how to use it, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
And then he says for his second team, he said, oh, I gotta get shooters, but he only named one. He named Reggie Miller. Then he says D Wade. D Wade wasn't a shooter. We know that. He was not a shooter. So I don't understand where he was going. I don't understand what type of team he was trying to put together or what he thought he was going to win with said team. But it was poorly constructed. And again, what gets me, you said Michael Jordan, 6-man off the bench. Like,
bro, that's crazy.
Yeah. G, go ahead, man. Before I continue, go ahead, bro. Your thoughts
I
on
think he was
crazy.
I think he was high. He was definitely high. So, you don't know. Like, yeah, either one too many or just, the mere fact that he couldn't name any bigs. But it looked like he picked his friends. That's what it looked like. He picked his friends. People.
That's a great point.
I don't think he because think about it. I don't think he has a relationship with Jordan, right? What
do you have to have one though? I don't have a relationship with Jordan.
Have to. No.
No, you don't. But at the same time, it's like, all right, do I pick Jordan or do I pick my homeboys? Right, people that I'm playing with now, that's in my
like recency bias,
yeah. So I think that's what it was. I can't make an excuse for why this man picked his top 5, bro. I have no idea.
If we was running the league together, G, if we was running the league together, I gotta tell you, you my dog, and I know you can hoop, but I'm picking Jordan, bro.
That's
no bullshit.
As a player, man, I gotta respect that. Like, yeah, he the goat man in people's eyes.
My team. But you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, it just could be one of those things where the kid, and I say that lightly because he's been in the league a while. He's just trying to pull some relevance to himself.
He's still a kid though. What did he come in the league like 19, age 19? So was he 24 or 25 now? He's still young. But imagine you don't choose this guy. You got this guy coming off the bench. Like, what is wrong with you? What are you thinking? Like, that's just confounding to me. And again,
like I said, he didn't see him. Like you have to do what you're doing right now, Bruce.
No
you
way
have to
you cannot
research
see him though.
This video.
Anytime he go to Chicago,
and I bet you he wears shoes.
Chicago,
I bet you he wears his shoes.
Well, he was wearing Adidas, but I think they're terminating that contract.
No, what I'm saying is he may not be playing in them, but I bet you he got his shoes in his closet.
Yeah, that's cool because that's more of a fashion icon. I know a bunch of kids that wear Jordans that don't even know who Jordan is.
What?
Facts. Facts, bro. No, bro, I'm telling you, fashion in these kids' mind is if you got it and it's popular, I'm gonna wear it too.
Okay.
My daughter right now couldn't tell you what position Jordan played, but she got
okay.
Jordan.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Like she don't know who Jordan is. She know who Kobe is because Daddy loved Kobe. But you would ask, I could bring her over here to this camp right now. I'd be like, baby, who's Michael Jordan? She'd be like, basketball player. What team? I don't know.
Wow.
What position? I don't know.
You know what though? If I asked my son, he wouldn't know either. He's 8. He's not gonna know. So I get it. Yeah. But let me ask you this though. All right, so let's do this. Let's have a little fun exercise. So, G, let's start with you. You gotta pick your all-time starting 5, excluding yourself.
Ooh, that's a
who's it gonna be?
Question. Dang.
That's for me. That's an easy one.
Top 5, excluding myself.
Yeah.
I gotta put myself on that, bro.
Top 5 NBA players. NBA players, man.
I played in NBA, bro.
Yo, that's Arch Manning taking off like that? What? Oh,
hold up. What you got going on, Bruce?
Yeah, he
Bruce
just took off and ran one to the house about 60 yards. He's a lot faster than his uncles were. All right, but yeah,
because them boys getting hawked down, boy.
I know, right? Oh man.
So Michael Jordan, right? He got a statue in 1993, greatest of all time, right?
Okay, and that's
Still
only after
playing.
3 chips. He didn't
Still
even get to
playing.
the second 3-peat yet.
And he was still playing. And so
Right.
definitely Mike, right? Definitely Mike. Cole, Mike. I'm building a super team.
Are you building okay? Are we building a traditional 1 through 5?
What are we doing here, bro? Because it's
is it a 1 through 5?
My question is put together your 5. I would build it as a team that could play a game.
Okay,
that's
what
I'm
talking about. Okay, 1 through 5, got it.
Because apparently most of these kids, they don't do it that way. They just pick 5 guys, and I'm like, you're not gonna win anything like that.
Yeah. So 1 through 5, Bruce. Who's your 1? I mean, not Bruce.
Bruce, kick it off. Bruce, you kick it off because clearly.
I believe Bruce already got his written down.
Yeah,
bro.
I don't gotta write it down. That's easy. It's Magic or Isaiah. Pick one, but Magic, Mike, Bird, Tim Duncan, Hakeem Olajuwon. Easy, unbeatable.
I like that.
Yeah, can't lose.
I like that. Magic was my 1.
And that's obviously that's providing everybody's healthy and in their prime, right? We're doing
that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay, cool.
No injuries. I'm talking about full blown prime MVP, like the highest way you could have got MVP. Your best season.
Yeah. Let me hold on 1 second. Bruce, let me interrupt you. It's not so much Hakeem wouldn't eat for days. It was more so being what's the matter with you, man?
Bro.
No. Being a Muslim, he would observe the holy month of Ramadan, which consists of fasting from sunrise to sunset. So abstaining from food, drink, and sexual relations with your spouse from sunrise to
you know
sunset.
what? On a side note, it's cool how the leagues are starting to take notice of that. Like I think it was last year. I want to say it was Kyrie. Was it Kyrie Irving?
Yes.
And I think he was observing Ramadan. And I think mid game when
Mark Cuban made sure he had some fruit.
They took a timeout and said, "Bro, go eat."
Yeah.
And they let that man eat. And I think that's pretty dope, man. That's extremely dope.
Most owners aren't doing that, but Mark Cuban did that. That was pretty cool.
Dope. And I think that's a statement. Like, bro, you have a religious belief. You're and we investing in you as a person before a player. That's them investing in the Kyrie Irving, the person versus the player. That was extremely dope. That kind of went under the radar this year. And I hope if they do this next year, they put a whole lot more spotlight on.
They're not going to put a whole lot of spotlight on it.
They should.
No, because most of America has unfortunately has adverse opinions and ignorant viewpoints on Islam. So you don't want to turn off the consumer too much. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. It's a business.
Well, we can talk about it there.
Yeah, we can talk about it. Absolutely.
We definitely gonna blast it.
So you know I got no problem talking
about
it. Yeah.
To me, that was extremely. That was like one of the low key dopest moments of 2023. 2024 season.
No doubt.
It was dope.
Yeah, but yeah. So my 5 is easily Magic, Mike, Bird, Timmy, and Dream, and I don't think I can possibly get beat with that 5. I don't, because I got perimeter defense, I got rebounding, I got passing, I got shooting, and I got dominant post play. I don't know how I lose that one.
Hey, chat, put your top 5 in the chat.
Okay, so
I know my first 2 is. I know my 2 and my 5 is 1, 2, and 5. I got that. My 3 and 4. That's what I'm throwing in the question right now.
Okay, so while you think about that, let me ask this: opinion stated. I see your 5, right? Here's my problem.
Bron,
you can't. Yes, you can't have LeBron and Magic on the floor at the same time. Because we know that when LeBron doesn't have the ball, he's useless. So like you can't have those two playing together. So you gotta go one or the other, huh?
That's a problem.
You
got two playmakers.
Yeah, that's a problem.
You got 2 playmakers, bro.
Because
that's
LeBron is just gonna go stand somewhere. He's gonna be useless. He doesn't move without the ball. Nah.
No, we're talking prime Bron, bro. Come on.
Yeah, that's prime. You can't say you can't have somebody, bro.
Have we not watched this dude for 22 years? Like, you gotta have the ball, man. You gotta have the ball. It's one or the other. And think about this. Let's do this then. In fairness,
what offensive scheme?
What's Magic doing without the ball? If we're gonna be fair too, and I do have to be fair. What's Magic doing without the ball?
Going to play easily swap rotation.
You can't play the 5. Kareem's on the floor.
I easily swap Magic out for Steph. Easy.
I'm not gonna argue that. If you got Bron on your team,
yeah.
If you got Bron on there and you got Steph there, I'm not mad at that. I do like that. I think Bron and Steph is a good fit.
Hey, Bruce blinking his eyes again, bro.
No, but hey, bro, Bruce, you can't ask us our top 5 and then give us the craziest eyes.
No, I wasn't.
Man, I thought his computer froze.
That's your 5. You
I
know,
thought he froze.
that's your 5. All right.
Yeah, like if you got Steph and Bron on the same team and Steph is your 1, I like that more than Magic and Bron in the same team. I do like that.
That is fair because, like I said, Magic and Bron can't play together, so I get that. But there's no way for me personally. I respect G's 5, but there's no way I'm putting Steph over Magic. But that's cool. MJ, Isaiah Thomas, Patrick Ewing, Rasheed Wallace, and Charles.
Who's the 5? Patrick's your 5. You got a 4.
That's
Charles is your 3.
He's from Michigan. That's why he got Sheed up there.
Rasheed, Charles Buck.
So my question for you, Sabir, is what position is Rasheed playing? Is he playing your 3? I guess he has to, right?
He got to play a 4.
He's more like a stretch 4, so he can go down to a big 3, right?
He can, yeah.
Because he can step out and give you a little more spacing. Because Charles Barkley can't play the 3, and of course Ewing has to be your 5. So MJ and Isaiah, that's a crazy backcourt right there. That's not bad. That's not bad, Sabir. That's not bad. I'm not mad at that. My bad. Okay, G, did you give us your 5, man? You did, right? Okay.
Nino got Steph, MJ, Bron, KG, Shaq. 01 KG. I like that.
Is that 01 KG or 01 Shaq, Nino?
I like KG in that too. That's I was putting him at my 4. KG and Shaq could be crazy.
So here's the problem, guys. Hold on. My bad. Go ahead. Apologize.
We can do the 2K thing.
You can do what?
2K simulation?
Yeah. You can do the 2K thing.
Who bought the new one? I didn't get the new one.
Oh, that's big, Sabir. I like that. Yeah. Sub Barkley for Rodman. He don't need touches, and he's just gonna play D. That's good. Yeah, that's good. Damn. Yeah, Patrick Ewing, Isaiah Thomas, Michael Jordan, Dennis Rodman, and who is his 5th? Rasheed Wallace. That's a good 5 right there. That's a real good 5. I like that. That's good, Sabir. Here's your problem with your lineup, Nino. My problem is this, and again, this is your 5, but Bron and Shaq can't play together. LeBron cannot play with a dominant low post big. He has to move him out so that he can get down to the rim.
The lanes.
He cannot do that. Yeah, he needs the lane. He cannot. And again, another reason why he can't be the GOAT, because he has to have very specific situations in order to have success. But that's a different thing. Nah, LeBron can't play with Shaq. That's a bad look. You're gonna have a problem.
Magic, Jordan, Bron, Duncan, Hakeem.
Let's see who's that. Bruce.
Bruiser, yeah.
Okay. 1, 2,
Magic, Jordan,
3,
Bron, Duncan,
4, 5.
Hakeem.
That's a pretty good 5. The only difference I had Bird instead of Bron, but I'm not mad at you. But like I said, I don't believe Magic and LeBron could play together. I don't see it. But that's still a pretty good 5 though. I think so, right, Transformer?
Oh yeah, I like it. I like that 5.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Yeah, I like that 5.
I think
this
both
center
of them
is going to be hard for anybody
to have the ball though. Throw my team in the sim. I got $20.
I got 20 on them.
Okay, I couldn't tell.
No, it's a simulation. You're not running. You're not playing the game.
Okay, you just put the team and see what happens.
Line it together, and then you're gonna let the computer just like automatically.
Do you get to watch the game or just?
Yeah, you get to watch it. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah,
all right.
You get to watch it.
Okay, let's see what we got right here. Eagles, brother, 92. Magic and MJ. I think a lot of us are same on that being like arguably the greatest backcourt ever. Magic and Mike. Giannis, Rodman, Kareem. So you have very little shooting on that team.
Yeah.
And Giannis is another one. Like, what does he do without the ball? Like, do you...
Well, yeah, because he's trying to drive the lane.
Mm-hmm.
Hakeem's right there. Oh, he said Kareem.
He said Kareem. Yeah.
Yeah, Kareem's right there. So
that's
a little tough, man. And I think...
yeah, that is a tough one.
Yeah, that's a little tough. That's a little tough.
Yes, Bruce, you're right. Yes, you're right. You're learning, Bruce. I like it. You're learning.
Timmy, go in reverse. Dino, why'd you do it in reverse, man? I'm all messed up. Kareem, Timmy.
Why you gonna say yours, man? You gonna put it in the chat, man. All right, G got Kareem.
You gotta throw Melo in there. I do like Melo.
You knew he was gonna do that.
I like
Ain't no
best
way
ISO players to ever do it.
No way I'm taking Melo over Prime Bird.
One of the best ISO players to ever do it.
But with MJ, do you need ISO?
Nope.
Hey,
that's why I want to put KD in my 3 spot because KD don't need ISO.
KD can fit in anywhere. I think that's one of the best things about him.
Literally fit in everywhere.
He can.
That's why I'm having a tough time keeping out of my 3.
And Bruce, you're right. You can't have Kobe and Mike.
I'm trying to think of my 4.
I don't think it works.
Maybe KG, man. I don't know. I'm thinking KG, Tim Duncan, Rodman.
It's not a bad 5 though. It's not a bad 5, G.
No, they can't have Kobe and Mike. Kobe is my 2 though. Be honest with you, MJ is not in my 5 because of Kobe. Out of respect, I can't have Jordan and Kobe on the same team.
Bron, MJ, KD, KG, Hakeem coming off the bench, healthy Penny. You know, it's funny. Me and my other guys, we were talking about a healthy Penny earlier, and he was a problem. But given the choice, I'll take a healthy Grant Hill over a healthy Penny. Grant Hill was, whew. And don't get me wrong, that's not me taking a shot at Penny. It's just like Grant Hill with his defense too. Problem.
You'll switch KD for Giannis, but you just had KD in. Oh, that's 2 different.
No. That was
Eagles.
That was Eagles' brother. Yeah.
My bad. Let me go.
Oh yeah, I definitely said Bird over Bron. Absolutely, Bird is the greatest small forward of all time. No question about it. No question about it. Healthy Bird. What? Killer. You still ain't give us your 5, right, Transformer?
Bro, I'm trying to get my 4. I'm trying to get my 4.
This can't be that hard.
To me, because I'm trying to think of like, okay, fit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's tough for me. But I'll just go off a whim here. I got Magic at my 1, Kobe at my 2, KD at my 3. I'm gonna just go with KG at my 4 and Shaq at my 5. I got defensive interior. I got a sharp shooter in KD. I got Magic who can facilitate the floor. Kobe and Jordan or they can go tit for tat for me. But me, I grew up watching Kobe. I'm a diehard Kobe fan. I love Kobe to death. He was my idol, still to this day. So I'm gonna put Kobe over Jordan in no matter what the situation may be. That's my bias, and I'm not afraid to say that. So Kobe is gonna be over MJ as my 2. And so yeah, Magic, Kobe, KD, KG, and Shaq. That's gonna be my 5.
Interesting.
I can't give me a little time on KG. I'm still trying to think of my 4, the best 4. He's just the 4 that I can think of that I would want to put in that
Timmy.
spot right now. Timmy. For my offensive setup, you got Shaq in the post already. Timmy can shoot the 15-footer because I'm looking for somebody who can shoot the 15-footer, 20-footer without hesitation.
There you go.
KG and Duncan are the only 2 that I can put as my 4 that also have offer me
Chris Webber.
Chris Webber. Great one. Man, he can shoot the 3 too.
Rashid.
He can definitely shoot the 3.
Rasheed Wallace.
That's a defensive enforcer.
Just a thought.
I like that.
I'm with you, Eagles, brother. Kobe, my favorite player too, but I'm picking him to start over MJ, especially the defensive impact. And Kobe was a great defender too. It's just
Kobe was
Michael Jordan was just on another level, man. There's just nobody just on another level.
Yeah.
So you on your Trae Young. I guess we're gonna call you the Trae Former now, huh? You taking Kobe over Mike? Yeah, you the Trae Former.
Hey man, that's where I am. I got no problem saying that. I'm always gonna pick Kobe over Jordan, no matter what you say.
That's insane.
Man, that sounds personal.
That's insane.
Sounds personal. I grew up off Kobe, man. It's a different and that's why I can understand partially where Trae Young's coming from. Because, like I said, he didn't have the opportunity to see Jordan. By the time Jordan retired the second time in '98, I was only 8 years old.
Yeah, but so like you say, but you know how great Jordan was because you went back and looked. So Trae Young has no excuse.
But I wasn't able to
experience it. I get it.
Experience it. I can go and see Kobe and from game 1 to game 82. I was able to see all them games.
Yeah, y'all really.
The finals.
Those of you who missed it, and not saying that we had league pass and all that back then because we didn't, but y'all really don't understand what it was. It's you know what? It's not quite the same, but you know how people talk about the Michael Vick experience.
Yeah,
and like
Except
a
Michael
lot of the
Vick wasn't
younger
playing
fans.
against plumbers. Jordan was, but go ahead.
So let me say this. Let me say this.
I'm BSing, bro. Go ahead.
Oh, I was about to say because one of the
few
same
plumbers in
plumbers,
there. It was a
one
few
of the
plumbers,
same
but not
plumbers that
all.
Jordan
Not
played
all.
against saved LeBron in the finals. So we'll just.
Not all.
I'm just saying.
Ray Allen?
Yup.
You calling Ray Allen a plumber?
That's what they say. I'm not saying that. That's what
Who
they
the hell
say.
is they?
You know who they are.
Who the hell is calling Jesus Shuttlesworth a plumber?
The Republicans. The
Negative.
LeBronites.
Then those are the ones you gotta ignore. You gotta ignore those guys.
Those are the same people who say Jordan played against plumbers and firemen, right?
Man, because
those are those people.
There was
And
a few plumbers in there.
And so apparently LeBron got saved by a plumber, right? I'm just saying.
And nobody's calling Jesus Shuttlesworth.
I'm just saying. Jesus hey man,
was elite. Okay?
Hold on, man. I ain't no little Bruce. Bruce, chill, bro. I don't know what we're gonna do with that.
I won't get this.
I ain't nobody's little Bruce, bro.
I say Bruiser. I don't call you Bruce, man. I say Bruiser.
Yeah, I don't know. We need to fix that. But anyway,
two things can be true. You both can be bigger Bruces. Bigger Bruce.
All right. So anyway,
that's a pause, man.
That's a pause.
Yeah, that's a pause that I just said.
See, look at you. All right, let's. So you ain't give us your 5 yet. You still ain't give us your 5, man. What you waiting for, man?
I just said it. I said, KG is gonna be in that 4th spot. My 4th spot is
run them down for me again.
I said Magic, Kobe, KD, KG, Shaq.
Magic, Kobe, KD, KG, Shaq.
Yeah.
It's not a bad 5. It's not a bad
like
5
I said,
at all.
Nobody has shown me ever you can stop Shaq and Kobe. You know what I mean? I got KD who can literally fit in any spot, any spot. As a 7-footer, bro, who can shoot from 35, bro. I mean, I can put you anywhere. Magic, great facilitator. I don't need him to get a bucket, but he can facilitate everything from a fast break to a half court. He got that on lock. Fast break, half court, and could defend because he's 6'9". So hopefully your guard is a big guard because he could definitely guard you at 6'9". So Shaq, one of the most dominant postmen you've ever you can see play in the post because he was literally just moving guys. Like I hate that we couldn't get him and Hakeem in the same because when Shaq played Hakeem, he wasn't in his prime. Like he was still Orlando Magic Shaq. Like he was more athletic Shaq. I want to see that 280, 290 Shaq versus Hakeem because I think the weight difference could probably shift Hakeem a little bit.
So the thing I
think so. That
might be a fair assumption. The only thing I'm gonna say about that is remember Shaq walked in the league 24, 14, and 4 blocks, right? As a rookie. Yeah. So that Shaq was down. That was 92. So he plays against Dream in the 95 finals. He was getting busy. Dream was just at his absolute apex. So this is what I think.
Shaq wasn't though. I don't think Shaq was.
I think if you get, let's say 2001 Lakers Shaq.
Yes.
The problem is, I think Dream going to tie that man out and have him in foul trouble. I think that's going to be the problem. You're still going to end up in the same spot with Kobe doing what Kobe does, which obviously we know Kobe can do.
But you got KD now.
Nino, what you talking about, man? MJ fans doing what they accuse Bron fans of doing. What you talking about, Nino? I want to hear this. All right, so I think we got some pretty good 5s here. So mine was Mike, Magic, Bird, Timmy, and Dream. G was that Steph, Mike, Melo. Who's your 4 and 5?
It was Mike, Melo, Kareem, MJ, and I said Steph already.
Yeah, you said Steph. Who's your 4? KG? Timmy. Yeah, that's another good one. That's a nice one. And Transformer had what? Magic, Kobe, KG, KD, Shaq.
Yep. Not in that order. KG and KD swap.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
That's some pretty good 5s though.
Yeah, got shooting, got interior defense. Like I said, I don't need my point guard to be able to shoot because I have KD, I have KG, and I'm literally I can eat you up from the inside out with my lineup.
Facts. You know what? I don't have 2K, but I need somebody to run them Sims. I want to find out what happens. I do because I think those are some awesome freaking lineups right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I normally
That
get
was
2K every year. This year, I saw Jason Tatum on the cover, and I was just like, this ain't going to be a good 2K.
Why you did that? Why you did that? Why?
That's why don't nobody on this panel got that shit, bro.
I'm not even going to let you.
That's why nobody on this panel got that shit.
Well, I don't ever play 2K.
They said tickets. Listen, they said sales is down, bro.
Sales was down, bro. It was like, man, JT on the cover. Nah, bro, I ain't even going to go ahead and sit this one out, big fellas.
They would have
Let
made
me
more
get
money.
Let me get that Asia Wilson cover.
Yeah, right.
Okay. All right. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put the phone number in the chat, and I'm gonna open that up. And I would love to hear first what y'all think about Trae Young having Michael Jordan coming off the freaking bench, which disrespectful and absurd. This young generation, man. And I would love to hear y'all what y'all thoughts are on our fives and how you think your fives would match up. So yeah, the number is 904-219-8264, 904-219-8264. Scrolling on the bottom, and it's in the chat. Let's go. Asia Wilson.
Wait, Bulldogs only got 6 points at the halftime?
Say again?
6-3? What's going on in Georgia?
Who they playing?
Kentucky.
Wow. Okay.
Colorado up 14-3, by the way.
Yeah, I see it. I got it on.
You guys care about it?
Yeah, no, I got it on.
I was being funny. I knew you guys care.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I'm trying to find the
Oh, you know what?
Yeah, Georgia's actually down. I got it backwards. Georgia got 3 at halftime. Kentucky got 6. All that means that Georgia gonna knock them out in the second half.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
Georgia gonna somehow get 30-something points in the second half.
Yep.
But Tennessee is dog walking Kent State. That's crazy. Miami dog walking Ball State. Let's see, no upset so far. Notre Dame did what I think they should have did. Just go out and just straight kill whoever's next.
Yeah.
LSU, South Carolina got a little cheated today. They got a little cheated today with that bad call, that offensive pass interference. And then number 5, just go ahead and move on defense, man.
Edward, you a funny dude, man. I don't only care about the Fighting Irish winning, man. I'm a sports guy. Of course, I love Notre Dame football, but quick side note. If we do a show next Saturday night, I probably won't be on it. I think I talked to you all about that. I'll be up in South Bend next week. So
you didn't.
Huh?
Way to just toss that out as pause.
Yeah. I told you that. G knew that, right? G knew that.
Yeah, you said you and Ben going to the game.
Yeah. We going up there.
Oh, wait. So the one time me and G ran the show, that was just because Notre Dame played? No, it was your wife's birthday.
It was my wife's birthday.
Yeah, that's right. That was the difference.
I was in the kitchen, though.
So you did say that. I remember that. I remember that.
I was lacing it up, man. I was lacing it up.
That is correct.
Wow, okay. I thought we was gonna get some calls on this one. I guess we can
They blew it up in the chat, man. They had nothing else to say.
Oh, here we go. We got one here. Oh, Nino. That's my guy.
Jesus. Stand by.
Nino. What's up, man? Where you been?
Let me defend you, Nino.
What's up, Nino?
Hey, I'm gonna start with the Trae Young, right?
Okay, let's hear it.
I'm gonna start giving them a little, a little grace on it. Because I heard Transformer say it just was a different era. They, like you said, they can go back and watch it, but you ain't gonna get that feel. Like it's like me explaining Tom Brady. People that just not watching, that's getting like the kids that seeing Patrick Mahomes now, and I'm telling them about Tom Brady, they ain't understanding.
Okay.
They're like, yeah, Tom Brady. So I think that's what MJ is like. We get it, but we wasn't living in that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, Trae Young was. So
I never did put it in the
that's
chat.
what I think going on with Trae Young situation.
Man, look, I understand what you're saying, and you're not wrong. My problem is, as I mentioned, I can't give grace when people are living in the greatest information age that has ever existed. You got a smartphone, being ignorant is no longer an excuse. I can't.
But what I'm saying, you gotta y'all got the feeling of being there.
That's true.
What you gonna see on film? Hell, his high schoolers got highlight tapes like that. The same moves MJ doing.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't understand that it's different, but they just looking at the highlight. You like, man, Kevin Durant got a highlight. Kobe is if you look up Kobe highlights, they got him doing every one of MJ moves. So it's just like the same thing. Like it's more Kobe, bro. Paul George for some reason. They got Paul George over everybody.
That's Melo's son. What's his name? Karan?
Trae Young.
Yeah, Cayenne.
Cayenne Anthony.
Yeah, Cayenne. There you go.
All over the high school though. They love Paul George.
Yeah, that is kind of. I mean, Paul George nice, but I don't know how.
What did he do? He hasn't done nothing though. That's what's crazy to me.
Jacksonville 22-23. Who is this? You know who that is, Transformer?
Negative. I don't know.
I have no idea who that is.
What up, Jax? What part of Jax? I don't know.
Right.
I mean, Jacksonville, we in Jacksonville.
What I wanted to say about the MJ thing.
Mm-hmm.
I done broke it down. I figured it out. Y'all was the LeBron fans of y'all time. That's all it is. Just a new time.
Nah, chill. Nope. We don't act like LeBron fans act. Nah,
y'all just like bro. If I say why is MJ the GOAT, they'll say 6 rings.
I won't say that. That's part of it.
Okay, this is what they. I'm telling you, we're gonna put all of it in perspective. Right
okay,
now.
Yeah, let me hear you.
They're gonna say 6 rings. Somebody gonna say it.
Mm-hmm.
Then you gonna say, wait a minute, Bill Russell got it. Oh, that was a different era. Oh, that era there, that era, this era. So that's gonna tell me we can go by competition. Then once you say that, do it on the work for MJ. So then you gonna say, he one of the greatest scorers. Yeah, that's true. He was one of the greatest scorers. But Wilt Chamberlain was scoring 100 points, scoring 55. They changed the rules to stop Wilt Chamberlain. And just like they say, Bron played in the rules that made it easier. Wilt Chamberlain is on record saying they changed rules for me. They changed rules to make MJ score more. So they saying the same thing. It's on camera. It's on YouTube. Like you said, you can go study it.
Mm-hmm.
Wilt Chamberlain was saying the same thing about MJ. That MJ players saying about Bron. Saying how the league was softer, how it's easier. They said MJ up the scope. And you heard all the players say that.
So yeah, but that's not just saying it. Like we know that to be the case because we know for a fact we've heard Adam Silver's commentary on physicality. We know for a fact that all you gotta do is look up former Vice President Stu Jackson's comments on the rules changes and how they opened up offense. Like this is not our opinion. Like we know this is the case. So like I don't understand why they get so upset when we say that.
No, it's a fact. But I'm saying it's a fact that they change. I'm saying if it's a fact about Bron and we know this, how is it a fact about MJ? I think everybody's stuck. See, what we go to with MJ, you know I studied this. We go to the era of the 80s and the 90s. I teach, which I will take into account. I teach in MJ, they got history, they don't like each other. But Isaiah Thomas said himself, MJ didn't dominate winning in the 80s. He dominated winning in the 90s. So all that clothesline stuff he was hearing about, that was going away. He didn't win in the clothesline era with the Bird.
No, but the NBA was still mad physical in the 90s, though. Like the Knicks and it was still mad physical. It wasn't like vicious, but it was still physical. And so the thing is, right? People say like they like the Lions say, MJ had to wait till the Pistons got old. We know that's not true. You know, simple math and counting will take care of that. We know that's not the case. But at the end of the day, what it is that MJ went through his paces. The reason why we look at MJ differently is because he went through his paces, kept coming back, kept getting better until he climbed the mountain. LeBron didn't do that. We know that. I mean, we can do this all day, every day, but the truth remains the same. So, and it's not about taking shots at LeBron. It's about simply stating the truth, the undeniable truth.
What's this? Oh, I'm not getting the truth. What's the truth? Well, we saying the same. If the truth is the truth, then both things gonna be true at the same time.
Okay.
MJ had the same, and we talk about the super team. Why didn't MJ beat none of them super teams? He was the best player. Well, I feel like I was talking to was it y'all man down? I was talking to somebody. I was saying MJ was the best player in the 80s when they played Bird. But his team wasn't real. Why he didn't beat the super team by himself?
No, his teams was terrible.
Beat the Bird by himself. Yeah, his team was terrible.
So I think, and I could be wrong, I think from about 82 through 87, I think Bird was hands down the best player in the league. Like Bird was that dude. He was that good. But yeah. But wait, Nino, did you tell us your 5, man? I thought that's what he was calling it. Did you tell us your 5?
I put my 5 in the text.
Okay.
But now I'm struggling. I got Bron, but I'm really doing. I'm
Steph,
putting Bron
MJ, Bron, KG, and Shaq. That's a good 5, though. Yeah. I can't front. That's
the only thing I struggle with is KG or KD at the 4. Because one thing about it, see, this goes back to my MJ argument. If we going this one season, one player, talent for talent, I've never seen it. Maybe you can tell me different. From 01, because I'm an Allen Iverson fan. That's my favorite player.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like AI was close to Kobe at one point when they had in the finals. I never seen nothing like what Shaq did. I never seen it. Maybe you can put some light on somebody that did it like this, man.
So
I've never seen no player like that.
I agree when you say, excuse me, you've never seen a player like Shaq. That's fair. So they went to 4 straight finals. They won 3 of them. So what was it? Who'd they play transform? I know they played the Sixers. That's the
Sixers,
only one.
Nets, and
Pacers. Okay, right. So he was going to dominate Smits, right? He was going to dominate freaking Todd McCullough. So the only one, of course, Mount Mutombo was a Hall of Fame defender, but he just, didn't have the strength. So I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but it's not like Shaq was going up against the best competition in the finals year in, year out, right? Mutombo, I'll give you, but the other 2, not so much.
Because there was nobody else left. He was the apex predator when it came to this in the position.
True.
That's how we feel about MJ. By the time he got to the finals, there wasn't nobody in this that could do nothing with him. It
was the closest. Clyde?
Yeah, no.
Dominique, maybe? Yeah, Dominique.
They tried to say Clyde, and that's why he went off.
Dominique in the same conference.
They tried to say Clyde. That's why Mike went off the way he did in the in the finals. He said he took that personally. So,
Clyde was the closest thing to competition in the finals for him.
I'm just saying, Kobe. But see, what I struggle with is the GOAT. Well, I really like calling Bron the best player because he plays. I look at it all around. The GOAT, I feel like MJ can get the GOAT title because he like the student and the teacher, right? MJ is the teacher. Bro, you don't get Kobe. I can't say that Kobe, if Kobe played against MJ, because Kobe was looking at MJ. Bron, MJ, T-Mac, all the favorite players, they going to tell you when they was growing up, they was watching Jordan and Mac. So that's why I can say the GOAT. I'm like, okay, I see the point. It's hard for me to say because without MJ, it's like a father-son thing. Without MJ, these guys don't exist and play the way they play. Bron is probably Karl Malone. Kobe might be a defense follow shooter. MJ brought that flash to it. He brought that swag. I don't know where he got that swag from now. But MJ brought that swag to the game. Along with work hard. You don't get Kobe.
Work hard? Don't know about that. Go ahead.
Who, MJ?
MJ wasn't a hard worker. Phil already said that.
Magic
was pure. I mean, not Magic. MJ was pure talent, competitiveness. Like I don't think the hard work for him was as dire as it should have been or needed to be because he was already at a pinnacle point.
No, it was because people tell you how psycho he was about practice, right? And it's crazy because this is a dude that was, he'd be out partying and gambling and smoking and drinking all night.
That's why I don't take it serious.
But he's still beating everybody to the gym in the morning. It's not like he wasn't coming to practice. So that's the crazy part. He's doing all that, but he's still in the gym for them breakfast club sessions, getting busy. And I can't remember, somebody who played with him said in all the years they played with him, they never saw him lose a sprint. Like, that's crazy. That's like,
I mean, to me, I don't define that
what
as
they
hard
said,
work.
Trey,
Yeah, I don't.
That's hard work. It just that everybody can't do that. I feel like Kobe and Bron had to keep their head on straight. I don't know if everybody's not built with that type of body.
correct.
Like most people doing what they say MJ do, their body probably gonna fail. Bron and Kobe were more straight laced. Like Bron out the project, Kobe just know what he's looking forward to. So they working. They heard about the MJ workout. That's what they seen. They heard about how MJ worked. So instead of them going to party, they straight work. That's what I feel. That's why I feel like you got Mo. We got Vince Carter. You know, guys it's some guys out there with super talent. That's why I don't like when people say, "Oh, Bron 6'8" and woo-woo." It's a lot of guys who say they ain't put no work in. Michael Beasley, what they said Michael Beasley say he was doing. Michael Beasley say he was partying on that night.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, that's what I think. But I think
I got you.
Y'all making this.
It's all good, man. I mean, I guess we all can see it how we see it, man. You got anything else before we let you go, Nino?
No, this is a good show today. Y'all crazy. I'm down.
I appreciate that, brother. You got one more topic.
Nino.
Yo.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you. It's been a while.
Always. I didn't have to save him that much, man. That's good. I normally got to chime in for Nino. He be going too far on the LeBron James spectrum. I'm like, come on, man. Just bring it back in.
I don't know, bro.
This is where I can be a more neutral fan. Don't be so hardcore that we're just completely oblivious. Completely oblivious. Like, let's not be complete. Halfway, understandable. Complete? Nah, come on, man. We got to give grace what grace is due, bro.
All right, so
man, don't do that, Bruce. Man, don't do that. Don't do that.
What? What I do?
I give grace when grace is due.
I didn't do anything. I didn't say anything.
No, because your face says a million words, Bubba. All right, dummy. Don't play with me, dummy.
You know what
I ain't the dummy in here.
Don't play with me, dummy.
I'm not the dummy. All right, let's go ahead and take it to the last topic before we shut down for the night. And then go watch this fight. All right. So back to the NFL, right? Robert Kraft, we know, is the owner of the winningest franchise in history. Winning is not necessarily in terms of wins in games, but winning is most Super Bowls, as you see 6 Lombardis right there next to him. And, you know, arguably the greatest dynasty in history, right? Where we see those 6 Super Bowl championships over a 20-year span, which is absurd. Was it 10 AFC title game appearances, right? And 6 championships. So that's crazy. All right. So the deal is Robert Kraft, apparently there was some big mega long form article on ESPN.com. I didn't read it all. I was trying to. It was super long. I actually should have let the app dictate it to me. I'm so used to audiobooks and all that. But anyway, the point is, it was basically detailing how Robert Kraft is trying desperately to get into the Hall of Fame. And, you know, he's kind of upset about why that's not happening, despite being the owner of, as we mentioned, the most dominant franchise over a 20-year stretch in NFL history. And so, you know, people have different opinions on it. But let's hear Mike Florio from Pro Football Talk, hear what he had to say about it. Then I'll come back and get you guys' thoughts. Especially G, because I know, like me, you're a Ravens fan, so you're an AFC guy. Transformer, you know, he over there in the lousy NFC, so he might not really understand football too much. You know what I'm saying?
What? I'm one of the most historical teams in NFL history. What you talking about? We invented the damn Super Bowl.
Yo, G, you see how I walked him in there?
Man, don't
walked
do
him
that.
right in the trap.
Don't do that.
Walked him right in the trap.
Don't do that.
All right, let's hear what Mike Florio had to say.
I think it's as simple as this, okay? He will get in at some point. So why not put him in while he's alive? Why not put him in while he's around to enjoy the victory lap? That's it in a nutshell. Because we know how the Hall of Fame goes. I have no aspiration to be a voter. They have no aspiration to ever ask me to be a voter because I would never play ball and keep my mouth shut about all the shit they do that I don't like changing the rules all the time. And then here comes the 100th anniversary of the NFL. Hey, this is an opportunity to put 50 guys in. Let's put in all the guys who should be in there, but we can never find a spot for them in our usual approach. Let's just open the floodgates. And it wasn't 50, but it was 20. It was ludicrous. So he'll get in one of these days. Why not do it? Why not do it while he can enjoy it? And the Patriots fans, I mean, hey, the whole thing is about propping up a museum that's relevant one weekend out of the year. You put him in. Now they're going to have the Brady weekend. They're going to have the Belichick weekend, but you're going to have a Kraft weekend too. The whole thing is just weird to me. Okay. We were going to broaden the lens on the AFC East, but Tom, we've been talking too much about the Patriots, but that's okay because that's why I wanted you. And even though the Patriots are generally regarded as not being what they once were, they are still very interesting, as this conversation, I hope, has illuminated to anyone who made its way all the way through it, unlike the people who did not make their way all the way through the long read about Robert Kraft and the Hall of Fame.
All right, so let's start with G, man. What's your thoughts on why Robert Kraft isn't in the Hall of Fame already? Because I think he should be. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, I think though when he got caught in that Pollard getting those hand jobs, it
the rubber tugs.
Yeah, the rubber tugs messed him up, bro. Like, but you know, that's their lane. I think he's going to eventually get in there, but he probably would have been in there had he not been caught so soon, right? I think it's still fresh for everybody, and so bringing his name up right now would probably be a stain on the NFL, right? Like people would probably investigate and see, well, human trafficking is a really, really big deal. And when you're an owner and you involve yourself in that type of actions and or behavior, and he actually got arrested for it. So, I mean, yeah, it's hush hush, but you saying during the roast, they didn't want him to talk about it. Nobody could dare mention, during the Tom Brady roast, the fact that, he got caught in the rubbing tug. And so, man, it's not too much to this. Yeah, it's not too much to this. You get caught doing stuff like that, it's definitely going to affect you getting in the Hall of Fame. Nah.
Michael Irvin's in the Hall of Fame, right? Michael Irvin in the Hall of Fame. We know the dude was a cokehead. We know he got caught with hookers, right? It's a lot of dudes in the Hall of Fame that have
different.
The NFL Hall of Fame actually states that off the field doesn't affect whether or not you get in. It's strictly what happens between the lines.
Well, what do you think it is then, bro? Because I can't think of nothing else but that.
It's my turn. Thank you, G.
My bad. Go ahead, Transformer. I think I know where you're going.
Pass the ball to me real quick. You know what I mean? So G's point, I get where he's coming from. I agree that that's part of it. But Bruce kind of went into what I was about to say. In between the lines, what has happened under Robert Kraft's watch? Spygate, Deflategate.
Mm-hmm.
He has two big accusations against his team cheating on multiple occasions. So now you got in between the lines. Now you got outside the lines as well. So I think when you tie in both, yes, as voters, you're not supposed to have outside interferences as far as from a civilian standpoint affect you getting into the Hall of Fame. But now we not only got civilian, bro, we got like under the umbrella. You're in a stadium doing Deflategate. You're in a stadium participating in Spygate. Your team did that. So I think when you have those two big allegations that still hang over Tom Brady's head, hang over Bill Belichick's head, now that hangs over Robert Kraft's head as the owner, I think that's also a part of the reason why you're still being denied the access to Hall of Fame. I think he's eventually going to be in Hall of Fame. We're eventually going to be in a time and era where we're going to be like, yeah, it wasn't that big of a deal. Let's get him in there.
That sucks though, because to Florio's point, he's probably going to be dead, bro.
Exactly. You know. So is Jerry Jones in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
He's already in the Hall of Fame? Okay, cool. I'm about to say, let's get him in there before it get too late now. I mean, 98.
Now he's in the Hall of Fame, I think, because he's helped to grow the league so much and he's brought so much money and all that.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't know. What is this? Bill Belichick will be eligible for a Pro Football Hall of Fame induction in 2026 due to rules changes. Despite his struggles following Brady's departure from New England, Belichick remains one of the greatest NFL coaches ever. May not return to coaching due to a limited market, but is expected to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. So we know Tom Brady's going in first ballot. We know that.
Yeah.
We also know Belichick is going to be going in. They're probably going to go in together. So explain to me why Robert Kraft wouldn't be going in. Something else is going on there.
I think if you hold Robert, you got to hold Bill Belichick too. But you know,
I just said it. It's the rubbing tug.
You really think that's what it is, though?
Yeah, yeah.
But how when you? My bad. Go ahead.
Deshaun Watson amplifies this issue. Deshaun Watson
that's a good
amplifies
point.
this issue.
That's a good point. Great point.
It's all about outliers.
And you got both. You got both sides. You got the civilian sector and under the NFL umbrella. You messed up, bro. On multiple occasions, because it wasn't once. He got. I think it was twice. I think it was actually in Florida. I want to say
it was in Florida. Yep.
It was down south. It was multiple occasions.
Like Fort Lauderdale.
Not only that, you got multiple occasions of rubbing tugs down. I think it was Jupiter. I want to say.
Is that where it was?
Jupiter, Florida.
I thought it was Lauderdale. Okay.
Jupiter, Florida. You got multiple occasions of rubbing tug. Now under the NFL umbrella, we got multiple occasions of you Spygate, Deflategate. Come on, bro. Now you forcing our hand here. You know what I mean? We was gonna try to let you slide, pause with the rubbing tug.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's crazy to me though. When you got crackheads, Lawrence Taylor in the Hall of Fame, first ballot. Michael Irvin, first ballot. Like you got people doing crazy stuff, and they're in the Hall of Fame. So I'm not saying the crazy stuff they were doing is right. I'm just saying like how are we putting those things in place for some people and not others? You know.
But see,
and
that's
I guarantee you, Brady's going in first ballot. I guarantee it.
Oh no, without question, because he also won a championship in Tampa too. So I think that quickness that he did that just put
the fact that they didn't take any of the Super Bowls back, right? Like
from him,
all that, all that
take that back.
And all that
they
stuff.
won it on the field. You can't.
They don't even. That won't. That's not the reason that's stopping them from getting in the Hall of Fame.
But the Patriots getting fined over and over for being accused, and they found you guilty of Deflategate and Spygate. Like Patriots as an organization under Robert Kraft's watch, you lost money and you were found accused and convicted of said accusations under the umbrella in the NFL. I think that's the real proportion. But the in between the lines, it's like, I mean, outside of the lines, bro, you got the rubber tugs, and Deshaun Watson is getting creamed right now, bro. We got to go ahead and keep you on ice for a little minute.
Yeah,
but I think he does get in there.
Think about the Deshaun Watson piece. Yeah. It's just, what's this guy? Robert Kraft, he's in his 80s, man. He can mess around and die before he gets in, and that's not cool either. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
80 years old, still getting rubbing tugs is crazy work, yo.
Bro, I'm not dead, bro.
He probably showed up like
knees, man.
Like 2 hours before they open this.
Excuse me, he needed two, man.
Bro got knees, man. Let that man work.
There you go. You know, my man out there hurting. Can't be mad at that.
Man, I'm out here stressed, man. My escort ain't working today.
Crazy work.
Oh man, y'all foul. All right,
but it's real though, bro. As sad as it sounds, man. As crazy as it sounds, it's real. It's real, man. They got escorts, man. We see them all over Instagram.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know,
let his son hook him up. Like, hey, man, go ahead, lace up this lace up. Help me slide in somebody DMs.
Hey, you know, he called Shannon Sharp real quick. Hey, what's that pill that you were on?
Oh, wow.
Caught on IG Live?
Wow. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible.
Wow. I need a 4-pack of those. Well,
he might have those. He might have. I was hell when
I
was well.
He's a billionaire. Of course, he got the good stuff.
Right.
Billionaires got the good stuff.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. All right, team. So if anybody, I'm gonna go ahead. We could go ahead and wrap it up right here. I'm gonna open the phone lines up one more time. See if anybody has any thoughts on Robert Kraft and not getting into the Hall of Fame. 904-219-8264. 904-219-8264. It's also scrolling on the bottom of the screen. So go ahead and give us a call if you have any thoughts on that, why it is or is not happening.
Like I said, the ease of Tom Brady getting in there, because the Spygate and Deflategate doesn't fall on him. That's over him. I'm like, Tom Brady wasn't the one spying.
Yeah, but they was getting on him about, they try to blame Deflategate on him because they were trying to say that he was the one telling the equipment guys, to deflate the balls and all that. Pause. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, it's not true.
You think Ben Roethlisberger will make it to the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, he will. He will.
What was his?
He got 2 chips. He has more
right?
500-yard passing games than anyone in history.
Yeah, he was a rapist.
Top 10 in touchdowns, yardage. Yeah, he got it. He got all the, all the numbers that you need to be a Hall of Famer. He's going in. No question.
First ballot, though, was that your question?
Yeah. No, I think that rape holds him up. He was suspended by the league for 6 games.
Chill. Don't say the R word. We just say the assault case. Yeah, they don't. Okay, they don't like to hear the R word. Now we talking about Roethlisberger, right?
Allegedly.
Yeah. The alleged assault case. Well, what I'm saying is, I don't think YouTube wants people to say the R word. They funny like that. Yeah, but
that's real.
Yeah, it is. But what I was saying, yeah, no, I definitely think he's gonna get in. And again, that whole I don't see how that holds him up, but I get what you're saying.
No, because what was T.O.'s hold up?
I think people didn't like his attitude. I think that's all there is to it.
That has nothing to do with what I did.
You can't deny the greatness. You can't deny his production.
Nothing.
Like there's no excuse.
Name top 5 receivers. He's in your top 5 all time.
Yes,
that's without question.
Yeah, Jerry Rice, T.O., Randy Moss, Marvin Harrison, and Larry Fitzgerald. Yeah, that's my 5.
Without question, you're putting T.O. in your top 5. Top 3.
Didn't I?
No, you did. I'm just saying.
I was like, oh my gosh, did I leave him out?
I'm agreeing with what you said. No.
Okay. I got you.
I'm agreeing with what you said. Like, you're putting him in your top 5. So that alone, he's arguably top 5, top 3 greatest receivers of all time. And you guys are keeping him out because of his attitude?
No, I'm saying that's wrong, but I think that's what there's no other explanation. Like, what else could it be?
He has no accusations.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing he was accused of.
Yeah, he's clean.
It was just his antics on the field. That was it.
Which is crazy.
So I don't think that's enough, bro. That shouldn't keep me.
It's not.
Being
What's up, G?
First ballot Hall of Famer.
So Ben will be eligible 2027 for Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he's going in. That is
not going to be a problem. I thought it was 4 years. NFL got to wait 4 years, or is it the NBA?
I thought it used to be 5, but I think they recently changed something. It
says 2017, and then he's eligible 2027.
He has to wait 10 years?
That can't be right.
No, I thought it was like something short, like 5 or because Devin Hester and them boys already got their Hall of Fame.
Devin Hester, you know how long ago that was?
No, Devin Hester just went in this year.
He just went in.
He just went in, yeah.
Ben Roethlisberger and them boys damn near retired at the same time.
Okay, in the NFL, a player must be retired for at least 5 years before they can be considered for entry into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Short, so 4 or 5, 5 years. So that's crazy. They're making them wait that long. They probably waiting for that to die out. But let's go ahead and wait a while.
Let's wait a while.
Let's go ahead and put you in 2027.
That's it. All right, team. Well, we're gonna go ahead. Looks like there's no calls on this. All right. Well, it's been a pretty good show. Had some pretty lively segments.
Good, man. We called it.
Yeah, absolutely. It was good overall. We appreciate you guys coming out, joining us tonight. As always, make sure if you haven't already on the way out, make sure you click that like and subscribe button, and make sure you share the show, man. We got to get more. We got to get some more people in here. We're trying to figure out how we're gonna make that happen, but we got to get some more people in here just so we can continue to let the channel grow and continue to spread what we're doing here, because we just try to keep it 100. We try to talk sports and give everybody a voice, but also not just repeat all the same old things that you hear in the mainstream sports media, right? We're obviously not ESPN, we're not Fox Sports 1. Nothing wrong with those outlets, but we don't have to play by the corporate rules necessarily in terms of pushing the company line or whatever. We can say a lot more of what we think. So if y'all want to hear more like that, man, just like I said, share the show, help it grow. Oh, that was cool. I ain't even intend to rhyme right there, but yeah.
You was a freestyler back in the day, bro. You might be on the comeback.
I had a few bars. But yeah, so make sure you do that. Again, we appreciate y'all joining us tonight. And what's the next one? Well, we should have some stuff coming down the pike, so just make sure your notifications are on. Most likely Wednesday, but I'll probably have something before that as well. So make sure your notifications are on, and yeah, so that whenever we drop some, you can hop on that. Pause. We good? All right, so yeah, so let's have a good night. Enjoy the fight, and we out. Peace.
How many times did I sway?